An
MCF.
There we are, yay.
As my shirt fell, I think.
Oh, no.
But Troy Aikman
representing. This time it wasn't me.
I know. I don't know how that happened. But there's the big
and the excitement of the draft.
For Aikman. But you know what? It's more important to note what jerseys are we wearing right now. Because right now, you can see what I'm wearing. You know what I'm wearing? You know which guy I'm wearing here, guys? Our second round pick from a couple of years back.
Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs, baby. At 7. Yeah. It's time for the Chiefs to pick. Let's see who they take.
Yeah, I'm repping OVE.
Just you explain that. Explain the pick on that one, baby. The LVE pick.
I don't have any jerseys for second day picks. That's the explanation.
Well, I know my jersey for tomorrow.
Oh,
for the
yeah,
day
of course,
3 pick.
Of course.
But guys, let's see what the Chiefs pick.
Damn, there it is. Skye Moore, guys. I know Dan right now is like screaming and yelling and throwing things at his TV.
I wanted that option. If the Cowboys pick receiver, let it be Skye Moore. But
yeah,
he's off the board. So again, the Cowboys are 1 pick away. Before we go.
So it's kind of funny because most of the chat is upset, but there are a few people. Seabass said yes, we didn't need a small ass receiver like that, and of course LT is just glad to see that Skye Moore didn't go to Dallas. So there you go.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, let me get this fixed. I'm gonna actually put a post up here and see if
Dan said he's in Spain, but the S is silent.
Who? What?
Dan said he's in Spain, but the S is silent.
I don't understand. He's in Spain.
Spell Spain.
S-P-A-I-N.
Okay, take off the S. What do you get?
Pain?
There you go.
Yeah, I get
He's
it.
in pain.
I get it. Oh, you got me confused there.
I know. I love doing
can't hit me when I'm trying to think football here.
There you go.
Huh? Spain? What are we talking about?
House Nelson said we can either get Travis Jones or Nakobe Dean again. I'm still very surprised Nakobe Dean is there.
Listen, that right now is where I'm at. I was going to say that because that takes one of the 3 guys. First, George Pickens off the board. Now Skye Moore off the board. The Cowboys need to hold up. If they want to get that, if they want to go get a receiver, hold off on that shit. I can't even put the picks up now. I wanted to actually put a quick vote.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Later. Let's
I
focus on.
I want to know who you guys gonna who would you guys rather have? 1 for Nakobe Dean, 2 for Travis Jones. Let us know.
There you go. Drop it in the chat. So I mean, for me, I have to admit, I'm
Travis Jones.
Look at this.
I know you're Nakobe Dean.
Yeah, I would say Nakobe Dean.
I'm a Travis Jones
Like, nothing wrong with Jones.
I know.
Like, I wouldn't be upset at either
I'm happy with both.
Let's make the
Trey McBride, so we get option for both. The first tight end off the board, Trey McBride. He was supposed to be the first tight end off the board. The Cardinals, they got Ertz, right? And so now they're adding a second tight end. I guess
they're going for that 1-2 punch as well.
They're going for the 12 personnel.
Look, if you're talking value, it does seem like
if you need it,
like
you get
Dean. It. What would be the
I'm just glad
best
it's not us.
value?
I don't want us to get him because there's so many top-notch or good tight ends for a number 2 tight end, which is what we need. They're looking for their future starter.
So right now, it seems like everyone's saying Dean in the chat except for House Nelson.
House Nelson, you and I, guys,
the medicals is the biggest
for
thing.
Travis Jones?
No, for Dean. Like, there's been some like really
That's
weird
why
rumors.
He's dropped.
Like, is it the medicals? There was something else that someone said that there was like another reason. Basically, like, what is the reason behind it?
Right, and there was something about medicals, that's the main thing. So the question of that
could honestly at this point, if he keeps going, he's gonna end up going at the end of the second, beginning of the third. Like, he'll end up going in the 3rd round.
I don't think he gets out of this round, but it kind of reminds me of GO from last year from Cleveland, and they picked him up because he was supposed to be a first round pick, and then he came to the second half of the first round. Then he dropped to the second into the 3rd, and then he finally got picked in the 3rd round. GO. So that wasn't a surprising pick in my mind that it took so long to get him, and Nakobe Dean's kind of like that. Now the Cowboys pick is in. Nothing else matters.
Jay just said the Cowboys are going to pick a corner and piss us all off.
Yeah, we got to turn it all off.
That was a joke. That wasn't them actually picking it. So.
They might actually do it. Get ready for a kicker.
We'll have to see.
Here we go, guys. 11 straight playoff appearances, they're reminding us, without reaching a conference championship. That's the longest streak in NFL history.
Thanks. I hate it here.
I think it's the longest streak for the Cowboys, I think.
Yeah.
It still fucking sucks.
Although I think, maybe I can't imagine it's just in general in NFL history. Like,
Lions haven't made in like 30 years. So conference championship. So I know we're not at the bottom of the full barrel, but I'm ready. We're ready. When as soon as this pick comes, guys, we're hitting it. Most people said that
most people did just generally say Dean in the sense of like like that's who they would like to see over.
Yeah. I hear it. And listen, Travis Jones, I like. because I think he provides. And again, the thing for me is Travis Jones. Will the Cowboys go and take a defensive tackle? He's a 3-down defensive tackle that can pass rush and stop the run. Travis Jones, it's my guy. That's the guy I think that I was looking in the second round for him as a possibility. Mm-hmm. All the receivers are gone. We already got our offensive lineman, the guard. Here's the selection. That's it. I don't know. Oh, they're not going to announce it now, right?
No. He's, Trey McBride is still talking. That's why I was like.
The pick is in, so I'm not looking at anybody's comments or anything. I would like to see a defensive player picked here. I do not want to see a wide receiver being. There it is, Sam Williams.
Wow, linebacker from Ole Miss. We didn't even get.
I told you that was going to happen, but they don't do that anymore.
All right, I know, but they did it for the other guys.
Emmett Smith would get the next one.
All right, so Sam Williams, guys, linebacker.
He's really an edge, though. He's really an edge player. The Cowboys loved him.
I guess the medicals for Nakobe Dean did not work out because the Cowboys went Sam Williams.
I don't mind. We had him in some of our mock drafts.
I agree.
The thing about Sam Williams, though, he's like a Micah Parsons edge rusher. And the thing is that I think again they're drafting him too high. He's a third round kind of target.
He's there to be the Micah Parsons, when Micah Parsons is being the defensive edge guy. Remember what I said was my biggest issue with Micah Parsons. Basically doing almost anything when it came to the D line. Like, as great and amazing as he is, you're taking away from his very needed linebacker stuff that he's doing. Because when he wasn't there, we saw what happened to the rest of the linebackers. This, to me, is the Cowboys trying to find that middle ground where they can get someone who can play while Micah Parsons is also at linebacker, but also help fill some of his roles and duties at linebacker when we are mixing it up for those 10 to 15 to 20, insert however many snaps here he's going to eventually end up getting. Especially with, let's get into it again, no Randy Gregory. How do the Cowboys replace that type of production? It's going to be a team effort all the way around.
Yeah, but I just don't know if you can say that Sam Williams is going to be... I mean, he's going to come in there and provide something right away. Got to do that.
Okay.
I just don't know if... I got to check it more. I like the guy. I just think second round's a little too early for him. That's just my opinion.
Quinn worked him out personally, said the Lunatic. So, if you want to trust in anyone, more than anybody here.
No.
Dan Quinn is the one guy I trust
mad at this?
the most.
I'm far from mad at this pick. I'm all right with it. But I just think maybe, was that too early? Would he have lasted the third round? I guess not. Dean, what's wrong with him?
Devontae Griffin said, I hate our draft so far. Shake my head. Clark Kent said, I've been telling y'all Sam Williams on the second round.
It's a little early. I've been telling you that. But I hear you, and I understand that. I just think it's a little early. But again, it might not have been another place for us to grab Sam Williams. Keep this in mind. Mm-hmm. If we don't draft him now, he's not going to be there in the third round. We know this is a fact. So... If the Cowboys had their mind set on drafting this guy, probably. I'm just saying, this is the guy, one of the guys I looked at in the second round.
You said it earlier, they had their mind set on defense for sure. So I'm not sure if it was necessarily, although when you look at defense, there's really only one or two positions it could have come down to. So linebacker or D-line, that's it. Those are the two highest priorities when it comes to defense. Cowboys wanted to go D-line, right? In the first round, that would have been the move. And clearly, linebacker was going to be the move here. It's just a matter of who. And Sam Williams. Like I said, the thing that surprises me the most is that they went Sam Williams over Nakobe Dean, considering everything.
That's why I want to say it's misleading when they say linebacker. That's why on my page I put linebacker, but edge. He's an edge rusher.
Okay.
He's an edge guy. He's a skinny edge, like Micah Parsons, right? So
now Mackenzie 2 times agrees with you. Way too early. So.
I'm looking here, guys. Again, he's a Sam Williams, first team All SEC pick. He had 12.5 sacks. You understand? This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. A linebacker, but listen to the stats: 12.5 sacks, 16 tackle for losses.
Okay,
it's Micah Parsons style linebacker. It's that kind of linebacker.
Well, again,
but he's not. Just to make sure everybody knows, he's nothing like Micah Parsons. He has upside though. It's a similar kind of hope. But to me, third round, I love it. Second round, and don't love it as much. I'm okay with it. I'm just saying I'm not jumping up and down for joy. But it's all right. If we got Travis Jones, I wouldn't be jumping up and down for joy. I'd be like, yes, we got him. And that's it. And move on.
Yeah.
So I like to examine these guys. It's definitely not as depressing as the first pick, which still is going to be okay, I'm sure. My fears, we discussed it the whole first fucking half of this stream. The fears are obvious. Footwork, coachability when it comes to Philbin's side of things. Opponents that he faced in his college career. So but now you're getting a guy here in Sam Williams, Ole Miss, who again, we can play. I think he's Ole Miss or Mississippi State. I don't know, he's Ole Miss, right? He's Ole Miss. So I mean, he is a good player, great upside and all that stuff. I just want to. But they say linebacker. He's a 3-4 linebacker, meaning 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, and that linebacker is the guy on the edge, blitzing, rushing, creating pressure. So when I look at this here, he did have some off the field issues. Sam Williams, keep that in mind. So.
I mean, as long as he's not hanging out with Kelvin Joseph, I guess.
Just saying, not as many red flags, still some red flags. I'll get into that here in a minute. I'll try to see who it is. Let's see who the Buccaneers pick, because they did trade for this pick. The Cardinals, I think.
After this, I wanted to read a few comments here in the chat as well.
Yeah, you guys know how to get our attention, too.
Of course, guys.
How many people in the chat? We built up a couple people?
We've got 43 people hanging with us, guys. Make sure to take a second to hit like, sub it up, hit that notification bell, follow us on Twitter at MyCowboysFamily, hop in the Discord. Link is in the description box. And Luke Gadecki, the offensive tackle from Central Michigan. Hopefully I said that right as well.
That's a good job, baby. I don't know what the hell, how you say his name there. It was like Goddard. It's Godecki. Offensive tackle to Tampa Bay as a 2nd round pick for them.
Look,
Falcons are next.
After getting Micah Parsons, it's not that surprising that the Cowboys are trying to find their Micah Parsons Jr. We all know he will not be Micah Parsons.
Right. But they're going to use him to me,
that's like the mold they're trying to follow.
It's a Dan Quinn type pick. Because think about it, and you guys even said, who said that he worked them out?
I think it was the lunatic who mentioned that he worked out personally with Dan Quinn.
That's the key here, because what I'm trying to see is the concept that Dan Quinn's bringing. The offensive side, the tackle stuff, that's not about this pick. But I'm thinking about what he's trying to do with Sam Williams and Micah Parsons. You don't know where they're coming from. You know which side of the field they're coming from. Each guy can drop back a little bit, play a little linebacker, but they both can attack, rush, stop the run. You can have now a 3-4 type defense. I don't know if we're going to switch defense. Remember, we had DeMarcus Lawrence playing a lot on that 3-tech spot. So I don't know what Dan Quinn's plans are, but we're definitely coming. It seems trickier on defense. Like, you don't know which piece is going to go where. Jaron Kearse drops down from safety to linebacker. You're going to have Micah going linebacker edge. You don't know where he's going to be blitzing from. Now you got Sam Williams, if utilized in the Dan Quinn scheme and there's a bug there. In the Dan Quinn scheme and defense. This could be a pick that's tailored for Dan Quinn's defense with a guy like Sam Williams, even if it was an early pick. You guys feel what I'm saying here? You get me? There's no the stuff he's bringing to the table day one is the stuff that Dan Quinn is looking for day one. It's not a guy he'll have to develop. Everybody has to. But he's not the same kind of developing kind of guy, right? That you have to have from an offensive lineman to save Dak Prescott's life. So that's the difference with me. When I see a 2nd round pick that needs some development and he has some room to grow, but he provides you initial impact like Micah Parsons. And don't get it mixed up. He's not Micah, but he's going to give you that same feel of being able to pass rush on the outside, the speed, the bend. That's what you want to see from him. And again, I think that's going to be the versatility of him dropping back and occasionally playing linebacker. And again, you got Jabril Cox coming around now. We're going to see him there. LVE still hanging around for the off-ball, boring linebacker, him and Luke Gifford. But they'll be the guys getting those 20 snaps a game. Well, I think Sam Williams is going to come in there and start playing when Micah drops back to get the dump down passes. Though when you have Dak always has to dump it down to Dalton Schultz or the running backs out of the backfield. You always saw Micah just blowing shit up, right? Now when Micah drops back and blows shit up, we're going to have a guy that's able to rush at the same time.
Troy Anderson, linebacker from Montana State, off the board, so...
Got him on there.
This definitely feels like a much more defensive-minded 2nd round so far. Not just us. I've seen receivers and stuff like that, but overall it seems like it's mainly defense that's going right now.
The fact that the Cowboys are talking about taking a linebacker, and not Dean, it was Devin Lloyd at that 1st round pick, tells me that's why they were looking at a guy like this as well. And he got a linebacker. I will say,
had we drafted a linebacker in the 1st round, I don't care if he's the best linebacker in the world. I probably would have flipped the fucking table. Like how?
Nah.
Like
it's the way we use them.
I know, but I remember last year one of the biggest things that upset me about Micah Parsons, right? And obviously in hindsight, it seems like a stupid thing to be upset about. But I just said, I'm like, we just spent a 1st round pick on a linebacker. Like, how many 1st round linebackers do you have to bring onto this team before one of them does some shit for you? Apparently 3. So I don't know what to say. I just was frustrated at that thought, and the thought, like just the concept of spending investing another 1st round pick in a position that it feels like we just keep like just throwing our money away into, that would just feel upsetting. Even if I knew we needed it, even if it would have been a great pick, just that. I know I think I would have felt the same had we gotten 4 offensive linemen in the first round in the last like 5-6 years, or defensive linemen, or running backs, or like whatever fucking position. You know what I mean? So
no, I'm just the thing is, you know what the thing with Nakobe Dean is that I'm kind of hearing? It's about his CT scans.
Oh, ooh, that's not good.
And they probably come in looking back like a big hunk of clay. I don't know what's going on, but it sounds like there's major issues with his CT scan.
Maybe that just means that whoever does end up getting him ends up getting like the deal of a lifetime. Just saying.
Here we go. We got some love dropped here. Man, it's been a while. We got a $2 holla by the man, Mark Hospian.
Pretty familiar name around these parts.
We
Thank you,
all
Mark.
Love the man, Mark.
Much love with the $2 holler. And he said Sam Williams. Was he a reach? You know, I've seen him pretty low.
A little bit. He's a third round guy to me. Like between second and third. That's why it's hard. Between second and third round to me.
He definitely wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
Without us, we would have either had to trade way down, like down enough that it would be stupid, or trade up too much in the third round that it also wouldn't make sense.
It wouldn't make it worth.
But so it was one of those things where we went after a position of need and went with the highest rated player that we had, even if it was a bit of a reach, because it wouldn't have worked out. I know I just saw it too. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I got it. Now let's just open forum here for now, guys. What do you guys think about this pick?
Darren Davis said it. Sam Williams is not a linebacker. He's a defensive edge.
That's what I'm trying to say. And they have a linebacker in a 3-4 defense. I've done a lot of research on. I say a lot. I mean, there's only so much you can do on each fucking player in the league. We don't know which one we're going to draft, but the little research I did. How about that? The guy is a 3-4 defensive edge rusher. 3-4 linebacker, but an edge rusher is what he's going to be used at in our defense for the most part. I don't see him going back in coverage all the time. He's not a Micah Parsons type linebacker in the sense of like Micah Parsons can play in a 4-3 or 3-4. He could be off ball or not. This guy is more of a 3-4 edge rushing linebacker, if you want to call it that. 3-4 and a 4-3 is an edge. That's it. In a 4-3, if that's what we roll with, he's our edge defensive end. He's not a linebacker.
Shell Jones said, "I don't know what to think about this draft."
Hey, listen, I'm not. Listen, no matter what happens in this draft, at that first pick is never going to be as positive as we first hoped. That's the real, honest truth there. I guess you could say Nakobe Dean drops into the third round and then his CT scans are all right. We draft him there, or, there's still a couple other things that can happen. I know there's a couple other names I'm looking at that if they fall in the third round, we grab them. I could be happy, real happy in the third round tonight. But I'm just not holding my breath on that. That first pick kind of soured it for everybody from there on out. But, we're fans. We love our team, and we got to still keep the focus on how we can improve this team, how this team can improve this team, how our front office can improve our Cowboys the best possible way, and it's in their hands as it always has been. But Sam Williams is not. It's not let me put it this way: I don't think Sam Williams is as much of a reach as our first round pick, and the importance of that is why it's even more. Like the first round pick, you gotta get it. Second round pick, you gotta get it, but you understand if there's a little bit of leeway in between there. I think the way we're going to use Sam Williams makes him almost a starter or a high-value rotational starter on Dan Quinn's defense. Not on Marinelli's defense, not on other teams and this team's or that team's defense. On our defense, I think he's going to be a piece that Dan Quinn is going to use specifically because he's Sam Williams. That's my thought.
So I will say this is it is a weird draft. It just is.
Very strange.
But you know why?
Didn't we say earlier it's going to be a crazy draft?
But you know why? And here's why. When you are picking 24th, you're getting the leftovers, unfortunately. So that does mean that most of our draft picks have been, I don't want to call them reactionary in the sense of like, oh, we're drafting this guy because you drafted this guy. It's more that
who's left?
Most of the guys we had on our list, they were gone. They are gone. That changed the trajectory of the draft because if we would have gone defense with that first round pick, that changes the way the whole rest of the draft goes. So it's it's like a tree. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the foundation of our draft starts with the first round pick. Now that we went O-line, now that we went Tyler Smith, like we're branching off in a whole new different direction now. So
it changes the trajectory. I get
it.
I see the man.
So
Mark Hope's
and much love. With a $2 holler there, Mark. He said Jermaine and Linderbaum were right there for us.
See, that's my thing. Is to me, it was
at least when it comes to Linderbaum. I know you touched on this earlier. Mark wasn't here yet, but at least for the Dallas Cowboys, they went with Smith over Linderbaum sounds like because they wanted someone who was more versatile. They wanted someone who played more than just the center position. They want, and obviously we're assuming that part of it too is that, I think, who was it? Again, I can't remember who was that said it here in the chat, but the plan is that it sounds like they want him to play guard for a little bit, and then they might put him out to tackle, or they might leave him at guard, right? We still have Josh Ball and a few other things in the mix, but they wanted the option to be able to do those things and do all that other stuff. So, not saying it's the right thing. It's just the thing.
I'm over yesterday's thing.
So,
but today's thing, I don't mind it as much, even though it is a reach to me. It's still a reach that works well in Dan Quinn's defense. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I hope everybody understands what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to. I will never bullshit you guys on my thoughts. I'm wrong in half my thoughts, but I'll give you my true thoughts and my true beliefs and my gut, my heart. I'm not gonna give you what you want to hear. A lot of people out there. There's a lot of people. I'm not naming names. A lot of people out there, YouTubers and others, that are trying to, and of course the Cowboys front office, that are pumping up every player no matter who it is.
I know.
And that's.
You're just not here to blow smoke.
I want to vomit when I see that. I say unsubscribe. Bang. Bye-bye.
So, much love LT with the $2 holler. You know what he said?
What LT say? The man, LT.
After your first 2 picks, what's your grade?
It's kind of.
I got to agree with Cowboys abroad and Jason Renfro to see for me.
It's an average draft without question. It's average. As of right now.
And of course, that is as of now. I'm sure if we rated last year's draft this year and then next year, and on and on and on, that's how it works. But as of now, I would say a C. We're clearly hitting we're getting guys that we want at positions that we want. We're not doing anything outright stupid, but I don't feel like we're winning. It's not really a tangible thing, is it? It's not like I can point to this and say, this is winning, this is losing. When you look at the other division, but it doesn't quite feel like winning.
When you look at the division and the other guys in it, no, I'm saying when you look at the other guys in the division, they've all won a little bit more than we have.
A little bit more.
That's what it feels like. They've won more than we have. But listen, I rep the Trayvon Diggs jersey tonight, and hopefully Sam Williams will bring something.
We're bringing the good luck.
That's right. Look, Nakobe Dean, Malik Willis, quarterback. Travis Jones from UConn still there. Desmond Ryder, quarterback. Matt Corral. These are the top. These are the Todd McShay's draft board. 3 quarterbacks. Please take them. But do not take Travis Jones.
There we go.
Mark Hospian with that 5 on it.
Ooh.
And by the way, can you believe this though, baby? That is the drop of the night. Day 2 of this draft. Much love to the man Mark Hospian, who's our not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but 8 weeks in a row, 2 months in a row streak. Record setter Mark Hospian, and he's going for another one here to extend that record.
He's continuously setting records here.
He's in first place on the overall board, taking a little bit of space now between him and Jeremy Bramlett, the Brand Man. So, baby, what did Mark Hospian have to say? He
said, we are too much into this position flex. By the way, Cam Taylor-Britt, safety from Nebraska.
Yep. I got writing it in, but we got to keep going because he's made I said this earlier.
Yeah, we are too much into this position flex. We need players that are excellent at one thing. Not average at 2.
Thank you.
Tyler is a Shante Carver pick. 2 picks, 2 reaches.
And again, that's why to me, I had it as an F yesterday because of the reasons I gave. I'm not going to go over it again. It's a D now, D plus maybe for me. And I like Sam Williams. It's a reach pick. The Cowboys have their mindset on a guy. They're going to pick him. Sam Williams, he's there. Oh, we can maybe chance him in 3rd round. Nah, we're going to pick him now. That's overreaching. That's a reach pick. And then yesterday with Tyler Smith, you guys know the deal already. I just think that when you the way we broke it down the first half of this show, and I don't know if Mark was here for the first half, but we broke down the good and bad and ugly. Watch the video. It matches what we were saying.
Yep.
Because I did a lot. I literally slept 2 hours going through all these things, trying to kind of figure it out, right? And I don't want to be the guy blowing the smoke up your ass. I don't want to be the guy, sitting here saying, don't
worry, baby. We know
he'll work out.
Any compliment you ever give is always going to be hard earned. And I mean that in a good way. Like you're not a smoke blower.
Yeah, I definitely not. Well, anyways, the point is that the thing is that you got it right.
That wasn't. I played myself there. Continue. I know. Oh man, we have our moments here at MCF. That was at least one of them. Blower. Let me real quick get a refill of my water, and then I'll let you keep talking.
Wait, that don't sound right either. I don't like the way this is going. Anyway, let's get back to football.
You're not a blower.
Exactly. Puffer. Anyways, the thing is... no, that's not good. That's not good either.
You're
inhaler?
not a sucker either.
Inhaler? Sounds like I need an albuterol or something. Anyways, enough of the jokes, because this whole fucking draft right now... let's be real. The whole offseason been a joke. That's the joke. But... we're the laughing stock a little bit here. And hey, it is what it is. I love my team, and that's the way it's going to be for life. Mark Hospian loves his team for life with that $5 holla. And he said, poor drafting in the Connors, meaning Connor Williams, who's not here anymore, Connor McGovern, who's barely here. Let's be real. And he said, poor drafting by the Connors, and Connor, meaning McGovern and Williams, both lame. They don't get any. We don't get any free agents. And I said this earlier. That's why we put ourselves in this. We painted ourselves in this corner by not doing shit in free agency. Now we got to take whatever we got to grab what we have to want, even if it's overreach, because we did this to us from the front office mindset in the offseason. And that's what Mark's been saying the whole offseason. He said now we're forced to reach for a tackle to play guard, boom, and have more penalties than Connor Williams. So. Facts dropped with the love from above. You're right, 100% right. And if you, again, I almost wish you had heard the first half of this stream. I hope you rewatch it, because everything you're saying is exactly. I said the Cowboys are selling us these guys. Listen, on top of look at you,
she just looks so cute. I'm sorry.
She is very good. I'm just trying to make sure I got everything done.
I know. Here. Sorry, guys. Puppy break.
Yeah,
Sleepy puppy break this time. Last time she was hyper puppy.
Well, she gets all crazy then.
I know, but right now she's just
she's good. She's
sleepy little puppy who
doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Just knows that we're screaming at a TV set for some unknown reason. So
okay.
So look, I was saying that I think that Jerry Jones came out there yesterday and they put Tyler Smith. He said they did it 3 days ago. They put Tyler Smith on that list at 16, and they said the day before we have 14, 15 guys with first round grades. Almost touching that 16. So they're all gone. And we got the last guy basically, or the first guy not on that list. That's the way the Cowboys sold it. That's the way Jerry Jones sold it. That's why he brought out his fucking list and showed it to everybody, which is idiotic. But that's why the clown show did that. Because they knew they were going to be challenged. They knew they had to give excuses to why they did their picks or reasons. But that's the point. It's the salesman show. But baby,
to me, I will say, that is the weirdest part out of all this. Jerry, that's why I said,
he's selling us
Jerry
more shit,
seeking that type of validation outside of his usual, validation seeking, right? He really went out there to a point where, like we said, other people reacted in such a way that they were like, Jerry, this is a big thing even for you. Yeah. When people are surprised at something that Jerry Jones does, that's when you should be like,
And that's my thing, is that he's selling us these players. He's not telling us the real deal about these players, and that's why we got to find out ourselves, make our own decisions, and hope for the best. Because every single person here, myself, Mark, you, everybody wants every single guy we draft to be all-pro
Drake
superstar.
Jackson, linebacker from USC, off to the 49ers.
There you go. He's a good player, by the way.
Real quick, thank you, Mark Holstein, with the $2 holla. You know what he said?
What did the man say?
The fucking clown show and Jerry Jones is gloating.
Exactly. Exactly. Mark and I have connected in a way like you and I have, we are breaking at the sense of
I'm sorry
of the thought process of things.
We are not vibing.
I am not sold on what they're selling us, and it's started years and years and decades ago. But it's this year. Let's just talk about this year.
I know
it started this year with the catastrophe after catastrophe. Okay. Randy Gregory, Amari Cooper, Lyle Collins, on and on.
We feel similarly about most of the offseason stuff. But when it comes to the draft, you know that I told you, I've kind of had a weird feeling heading into this draft the whole time. It's like I said, it's hard for me to see a direction the Cowboys want to move in. It's hard for me to see how the Cowboys can fuck it up. But I also feel like it's hard for me to also kind of get excited about it too. There's no real clear yeah, this is the pick, this is the guy, this is the thing. It's a lot of it just feels like a C. Just very
average. I see below average.
But I felt that way kind of beforehand heading into the draft. Maybe it's because of the offseason, though. But thank you, Mark Hospi, once again with the $2 holler.
You're right. All this has to do with how the season ended and the offseason. The reaction to the way we ended the season. That's the issue. Chiefs are drafting guys. They selected It's not up yet. It's going to be up in a minute.
So, but he said Will and crew had Tyler ranked at 16th. That's pathetic. So, again,
I'm just curious. I don't know if,
based
again,
off the
Will
guys that maybe
crew
went off the board, like, I don't know if they necessarily had him ranked 16th, though. Again, 16 on their list of guys that they wanted.
Correct. That's on
it
their
still means, and by the way, Brian Cook, safety from Cincinnati off to the Chiefs, but it still means that the Cowboys, I mean, again, I can't remember the offensive linemen that were picked, but there was at least 2 or 3 that were picked that were within our range, I think.
Yeah, Trevor Penning.
Like, it was right somewhat reasonable for us to maybe get one of these guys. I imagine every single one of those names was above Tyler Smith. Like, again, there's only so much we can do when we pick at 24. That is why every year that we suck,
but that's my
and don't, like, in the sense, like, every year that we suck and we make it to the playoffs and then don't do jack shit, this is what happens.
So let me give you.
This is the kind of price you pay, because now we're like double fucked. Let me
give you an example. I just got this in my mind, and I want to know if you guys agree or disagree on this. Let me flow here for a second. But think about
chocolate
the CeeDee Lamb year.
Thinking about it
because Jerry Jones brought up CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. So think about the CeeDee Lamb year. They had 15 guys, let's say. CeeDee Lamb, one of those guys, and he's the guy that trickled back. But you know, if they would not have had him, you know who they were going to draft. Right, Kaylavon Chasen. It didn't matter. It did not matter if he fit or didn't fit.
Yep.
They were choosing him because he was the definite choice. He was definitely going to be available at that pick. That's a reach. We got saved because of CeeDee Lamb. Who knows who the reach was last year? But we were saved because of Micah Parsons.
Juan Thornhill is another name that comes to mind for some reason.
That was they fell to us, and we just drafted Tristan Hill because of Marinelli, not because of Will McClay or this and that. Marinelli. Much love to Jason Renfro in the house. What did he get? What did he drop? The dollar holla.
You know the classic Go Cowboys. Thank you.
It, baby. You know it, Mr. Cash App King.
Well, skeptical fan said, I am tired of trusting the Cowboys.
I trust certain people on the Cowboys, certain players on the Cowboys, even a coach or two on the Cowboys. But there's Dan Quinn as an example. But I do not trust the front office in general. But out of the front office, Will McClay's the guy I trust most. Does he fuck up? Yes. Does he lie? Yes. Does he make mistakes? Yes. Does he have to kiss the ass of Jerry Jones to say what he says? Yes. But I also think he provides the input. They all talk about it. And in the end, he might be for it. I disagree with him. But it has to be unanimous.
I know.
And Jerry Jones in the end says check mark.
This is
not
where
Will McClay.
I think maybe our thinking is splitting a little bit in the sense of, to me, one bad apple spoils the bunch. Will McClay, as much like, and this has been my own mindset.
That's fair enough. I hear it.
We want to give Will McClay a lot of the credit, but I feel like we also have to realize that he is complicit. We're not making him complicit in all this. And yes, we know Jerry, Steve, blah blah blah.
But being complicit is only so much you can do.
He's been around too long. He's been part of this team for too long. He's one of the Joneses guys.
Yeah.
That to me already. Jason Garrett wasn't the Joneses guys. That's
Jason
what I'm trying
Renfro
to say.
Drop that dollar holla. By the way. Go Cowboys.
Much love.
Yes.
Thankfully not a Jerry Jones. You know what I mean? Not one of the Joneses people, but thank you so much to the Go Cowboys.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to get it out.
I know, but you get the point that I was trying to kind of make
I hear what you're saying. I understand.
That, at the end of the day, Will McClay is a Jerry Jones guy.
So, I hear you. I understand. But
to me, like that kind of clouds my judgment.
Let me explain to you an example of how Will McClay helps and how then...
And I mean that all the way down. Like, it's not just Will McClay. I'm talking McCarthy, Dan Quinn.
Every impact. Every person in the discussion. But let me ask you a question, baby. Go
ahead. I'll answer.
If the Cowboys... to me, it's a system they run. It's not the choice of Will McClay to say, let's mark this guy as the pick no one's going to have so we can stick with him if our top unrealistic picks don't come to us. That is what the Joneses have done the last 2 years, now 3 years. You do it last year as well because we didn't get our guys, so we traded down. We did the right thing, thankfully. So the Joneses did some, the Joneses, Steve, whoever makes the check mark on that, that's a good move, trade down. My point is, here's an example. When Zach Martin was picked over Manziel.
Thank goodness.
Who put Zach Martin on the table? Was Will McClay the guy that said take him? No, it was Steve Jones. But who put that on the table? Who scouted these guys and who Steve Jones tripped and fell into luck shit. But the point is, Steve had what was given, and in the end he said, no, let's go with this guy. But who put these guys there? There's going to be some misses. It's up to the coaches and to mix these guys in. So that's why I say it's hard to say Will McClay has to get. If he was the GM, he's accountable one. Case closed. But
True.
He's not, and that's why it's hard for me to put any accountability on him or even some of these coaches unless they're being listened to the point where every decision is being made. Like Marinelli's picks are Marinelli's picks, and Dan Quinn's picks are Dan Quinn's picks.
Well, Mark Hospian's drops are Mark Hospian's drops because he said with the $5 holler, only thing keeping this team decent is we get gods like like Martin and Parsons.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I said Micah and Parsons.
And that's my point. These guys are coming from where? Where did Travis Fredericks come from? Where did the Zach Martins come from?
No, he said other starters are marginal in nature or they don't even make the team. Jerry Jones knows all.
And I agree with that. I agree that that's Jerry Jones' mindset, and definitely, obviously, we know it's one of the things that majorly hurts the Cowboys, in my opinion. But when you look at, kind of the example I just said, that, you can see how the Cowboys set us up for the draft. They have their guy. Everybody knows their guy. It's LVE. It's, I'm just being real here. LVE, Tyler Smith, these the Caleb on Chasen, unless a miracle happens. So the Cowboys are going to say, basically, we have to hope a miracle happens. A player is not supposed to be drops to us, and if that happens, we're going to grab him. It's going to look great. If it doesn't happen, we're going to get the guy we already decided on. Long time ago. That's the way I cannot unsee it now. The last 3 years, and really longer than that, I can't see it. But here's my thing. When it goes to blame McClay, everyone's to blame.
No,
I agree with you.
That's my whole point. It's not that I'm trying to blame Will McClay specifically.
Everyone's part of the group. I get it.
He had his part to play.
Dan Quinn is part. Listen, Dan Quinn, probably was on the Deshaun Wright push. And who put that Deshaun Wright pick there? Will McClay. So, you see, that's a Marinelli kind of mindset, but that happened in the end of the third round.
I'm sure Joe Philbin had his part to play in what happened yesterday, too, in the sense of, they're looking at their board. Every fucking guy they wanted is gone. Point. So, what the fuck do we do?
The Cowboys wanted that guy.
Philbin says, let's get Tyler Smith. Well, I don't know.
No, they go after. They say, we want offensive line. That's fine. But Joe Philbin's involved in every single step of that. And so is Will McClay's players that he lays down on the table.
You must have missed the sentence before that where
I heard that. I heard the sentence. It wasn't that. That's not what I was trying to say, baby. You missed. I think we got cross waves. Let me hear this here. Cross radio waves, I guess you can say.
What's our next pick? I know it's a while, but...
Nick Benito, guy that again was rated higher than Sam Williams in some places. Denver Broncos have him now.
Let me see.
Linebacker?
Devontae Griffin said, MCW with Sam Williams. Do you see the Cowboys running more of a 3-4 defense? Honestly.
Oh, the next round starts now, by the way. End of the second round with that pick.
It's going to be like right now, like you said, we kind of do more of like a 4-2-5 most parts. So it's going to be
so it's either
like a 4-2-5, 3-4. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say?
That would make it automatically a 3.
Like it's going to be a mix of those two things.
Yeah, it automatically be a 3-4 if you went that route, because you cannot have, if you have 3 guys down, you got to have a 3-3-5. I see Dan Quinn, like you said, kind of running a multiple kind of thing. He kind of said that last year. We don't really run 3-4-4-3. We just run nickel. But it's big nickel with an extra safety instead of a corner, which you see J-Ron Kurtz come down and play a little bit of that linebackers. I think
that's why I said depending on, but if you're talking like what are the formations or the lineups that I expect the most, like I said, it's going to be that 4-2-5, right? Or a 3-4.
So where do you see Sam Williams then? In a 4-2-5.
Like I said, I think
because if 4-2-5 he's not a linebacker.
Sam Williams is wherever Micah Parsons is not. That's where I see him. Like I think that's the
best
way to explain it.
But he can't really play linebacker the way Micah plays.
But they're gonna the few times Micah Parsons, for example, if there's a game we're gonna use him more, as an edge guy. That means he's gonna have to sit out a little bit more. Remember, we've seen it happen, so that means that we're gonna see more Sam Williams there, right? So he'll be the one of the 2s in the 4-2. Right? Or one of the 3s in the 3-4?
Okay, yeah, in the front line. I see what I'm saying.
Like, in the sense of, like,
if we have to rush, if we're rushing Micah a lot, what happens?
He can replace Micah Parsons in my mind at both spots. That's eventually, not right away. That's going to be one of those.
He's a pass rusher. That's my point. It's like Randy. He can. Let's say this.
I know he still has to do some.
Remember Randy Gregory did. Remember what Randy Gregory did under Dan Quinn when he dropped back in some coverage situations. In fact, Randy Gregory got a pick. Remember, he topped that ball up in the air because he drops back. That's the kind of stuff you can see Sam Williams easily do.
That, yes, but I still, I know we're going to use him differently than a traditional linebacker, but we still have a need at linebacker. He's not going to get out of that. It's like military duty. You know what I mean? Like he's in South Korea. He's got to do his years of military service.
I want to know what the chat thinks. Because I don't look at it that way.
Okay, I personally do, but of course
I can't force it. I can't force it either way. Is he able to be?
The Cowboys have been forcing this whole draft.
Is he able to play linebacker the way Micah Parsons has to play linebacker? No, I'm not talking about his skill. I know. I'm talking about the rules of the linebacker spot. He never really plays linebacker like that. He's a once in a while he drops back into coverage or something. That's not a line. That's an edge rusher in a 3-4 defense. He's just a fourth rusher. But
he's an edge rusher with like the whiff of linebacker essence. I don't know with a little bit of the drop back
coverage, zone coverage. Short zone. But I want to check with the chat. They know more about Sam Williams than I do, and I'm checking right now about it too.
All right, well, you go ahead and check it real quick.
And you hit the chat up.
That's what I thought that's what you meant.
Oh, I'm gonna look at information up. I said.
Okay, sorry.
But you hit the chat up. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was trying to.
All right, I'm sorry, guys. You guys.
Yeah, so Devontae Griffin agrees with you. Sam Williams is more of an edge rusher.
Thank you.
Lil Spooky said he's a rusher. He's going to have that Gregory role.
Yep.
Cleveland Brown said Parsons and Cox can be our linebacker duo. Williams for pass rushing. I like Quinn's thinking.
And Curse drops down sometimes. Remember, Curse is our third run support. Big nickel. That means we're running not 3 corners in a nickel and 2 safeties. We're running 3 safeties and 2 corners. That third safety, which is Jaron Curse, and that minds. Yeah, we might bring a Malik Hooker, but we drop down. Someone like a Jaron Curse to help the linebackers with run support. Mm-hmm. And you got Sam Williams out there as the edge rusher. Now, we signed Dante Fowler. Yeah. We signed Lawrence Arndt. We signed all these guys, right? But now, what's their role going to be?
Yeah, Rich Scotty, what's up? We're good with the Sam Williams pick. It's just like we said, we're in a weird spot when we drafted him. Because like we said, he was in such a spot where we couldn't have, like, dropping down for him. It's like it would have been like right in the middle. I think that's the best way to explain it. If there were 30 picks between our next pick and the next one, he would have been at like 15 in the middle, where we couldn't trade up or trade down necessarily.
Either you overreach now, if you like him that much, or you miss him. That's what it comes down to with him. Yeah,
it wasn't that much of an overreach, and obviously we're not going to go spend money to it would be dumb for the Cowboys to skip a guy in the second round to spend time, effort, energy to trading up in the third to go grab him?
That would be a reach. That would be an overreach there by doing. Luke Fortner, center to the Jacksonville Jaguars, the first pick of the third round off the board.
You go. So, by the way, speaking of all this other stuff, I forgot to mention it, but Jeremy Bramlett, the brand man, he's got 22 points left on his stream boss. So shout out to him.
He is second place on the overall board. Still the man Mark Hostman running things, coming for that 9 on it as a sponsor of 2 months plus. And also, baby. I also got to shout out CDoc80 with that $10 holla. I was going to shout out somebody else here in a minute.
CDoc80.
But they're on top. Don't worry, Jason Renfro. I got you. Because he dropped 2 $1 hollers in the Cash App with the Go Cowboys and the Go Cowboys. The man, Jason Renfro, appreciates you adding to his total and the overall leader. And also, of course, Cash App. He's got that almost locked up here. He's building up a nice little lead. So much love to Jason Renfro on that side, on the Cash App side of things. And, of course, CDoc80 dropping that 10 on it, taking the brand man down to that Roger the Dodgers. 12 points on that board up there in the red. Woo. Definitely in code red for Jeremy, the brand man Bramlett. And he's about, maybe like 50 back, I think, on the overall leader.
But CDoc80, again, very similar wavelengths mindset as you, because he said, why are we reaching so much? Good players, bad value, in my opinion. Sam is strictly a pass rusher.
Exactly. So now we're on, now you have that in your mind, that he's not a linebacker. We can still draft a linebacker. That's why the Cowboys are looking at, I'm just saying.
I know we can. I'm going to change that on the board too. Like you yesterday. For me, it would be the principality.
I know.
But just go pick
up. But you keep talking about best player. Let's get best player. If there's a need.
That's not me. I'm a selfish person. I want what I want.
So you're Jerry Jones. You're stubborn. I should have known that.
I'm a Cowboy fan. I know why I'm here. Oh, you guys know I'm joking with you. But Brian Asamoah, by the way, yes, he's gone. I'm only joking a little bit.
A little.
Kind of. But that's the thing. I've never pretended to be anything other than a Dallas Cowboy football fan with all my various contradicting thoughts and opinions and everything that goes into it. Because, again, that's...
There it is.
No, I'm a fan. I feel like that's my job, right? I can
that's
be
our role, right?
No, I can be very reasonable and rational, but I just try to be very honest about my irrationality so that you guys can then form your own thoughts and opinions, and yes, make fun of it too.
Who was the guy that got picked? Asamoah? What?
I think we all have our things we're like really on. Yeah, Asamoah.
You know, I got my issues.
So, Skeptical Fan says Sam Williams had a sexual misconduct charge dropped, I heard, and he also got caught with a knife in high school.
Damn.
So,
all right, well, high school
the knife in high school thing is
I'm okay with
a little
that.
subjective in the sense of like, did he just have like a knife in his bag and he got caught with it, or was he like trying to
stab somebody to death?
So,
much love, by the way. He just in Renfro. You know what he just did, baby?
I think
took over the stream boss right there
with that $12 holler. Thank you so much, Jason. Much love. You know what he said?
What did the man say?
Go Cowboys.
Oh, I should have known. I should have known.
Thank you, Jason. Much love.
Giants are up. Who are they picking? Hold on. Let me just see here. They got a guard. Joshua.
Oh, so Larry J said Nakobe Dean has a pec injury he hasn't had surgery for yet. That's why he's dropping. So
I thought it was like a CT scan. I was like, okay, at least that's better.
Joshua Azedu.
What is he, a guard?
Yep, guard from North Carolina.
He looks upset.
Desmond Ridder looks upset. Yeah. I think it's because
he's a quarterback,
he was
hasn't been picked.
projected to go in the second round to Seattle.
And he never got picked.
Or maybe I'm misremembering that.
I don't know. He was supposed
to.
But
I know he. I'm pretty sure he was the guy that was projected to go to Seattle, but maybe he's going in the third to Seattle.
Ow, that hurts him.
I mean,
Houston traded this pick away. Is Cleveland's up on this pick here? Pick number 68. And they're gonna go faster, guys. So get ready.
Let me shout out you guys here in the chat as well. Seriously, you guys have been great for keeping us updated on information, not just out, but sharing all your thoughts, opinions, all of it. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us. Seriously, appreciate you guys.
Truly can't do this without you guys. You know the deal here. And again, the people that run the show here, you guys.
Yes.
You know, the Mark Hofspians of the world, sponsor of the last 2 months here.
That's right.
The Jason Renfels of the world, who's running the Stream Boss, fully loaded, and got the Cash App King for 10 weeks. That's double digits, never been done. And going for that Micah, 11 in a row. We'll see what happens. He's got the lead right now.
I wish the Cowboys had that same energy to set history.
Shit, I'm telling you. So we got a little more before our pick. We got 20 picks to go before this team, the best of all time picks. So we got a little time to talk. Let's chill. Kind of got all the information out. I'm trying to find information on Sam Williams, like you guys are bringing to the table here. So truly, thank you all. I'm gonna, all of us can look up the information. I love to dig so deep that I always want to find one thing that nobody else knows about a certain topic, or whatever it may be. So I always try to find like the one thing that, oh, wow, damn, I didn't know that. Although maybe one or two do in the chat. The majority didn't, let's say. And I love the reason I like that, baby, is because I love when people do that to me when I go, shit, I did not know that. And
so the learning. You like to dig deep.
Double
right?
up.
Just making sure we're all on the same page.
We are on the same page.
I'm sorry, maybe just something about the way you said it.
Maybe when we go offline, I'll show you.
I think I'm well aware. Thank you.
All right. Just making sure I just reminded you.
Are you trying to show the MCF chat? I think.
No, that's on the other channel.
I think that's.
We were fucking around, guys. We gotta laugh off. We gotta laugh off some of the misery.
Look, if you're not a Cowboy fan laughing through the pain, then you're drinking through the pain. In which case,
we're shooting up through the pain.
Liver. I'm just saying, like you drank yesterday, and that was that was rough.
I still have a headache. I should not have done that on a work night, a work day.
I know.
Yeah, that was a mistake. That's why I couldn't sleep. And that's why I just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do this."
No, just to kind of read the chat real quick. Cleveland Brown saying, Dean is 5'11". You know how the Cowboys feel about short players on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, no, I mean, you getting back that when and Dexter Coakley. We're going back those days. Now, I mean, Nakobe Dean has
coming around with their tape measure like you must be this tall to enter.
I think that most of the issue with Nakobe Dean has to do with medical stuff. So that's going to be the
someone will take a chance on him, but it sounds like he's going to end up being a day 3 pick.
Maybe.
I mean, I
think he might be a third round pick.
You think he'll end up in the third round?
I'm surprised he's still third round. He's not here. I mean, at the certain
that's what made me. Sorry, let me rephrase. That's what makes me think. There's the chance he ends up a day 3 pick because we'll see. I guess let's see who's at the end of the third round and how much they need a linebacker. That's all I got to say because that's the bigger part. The teams that might be willing to draft him. Are those the teams that are still there at the end of the third round? Because I don't see anybody taking him in the next, like they haven't taken him already. They're not going to take him in, the next 5-ish or so.
Yeah, no,
I imagine.
I hear you. No, I agree.
And then the more he drops, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more he drops, the less willing I think teams are willing to grab him right at the second when there's other guys that they could get that they are more sure about.
Travis Jones is still there. defensive tackle.
But now when you're talking a 4th, a 5th, a 6th round pick, that's a very different story. But a 2nd or 3rd round pick for a guy that seems to be dropping,
Dean, right? Yeah, I agree.
Faster than.
And the Browns who are picking now, you won't be surprised if they take him. You know, they took JOK. You know what happened last year? He was supposed to be in the 1st round. He was a top 10, 15 pick.
Yeah.
He got picked in the 3rd round by the Browns. Now the Browns are picking Nakobe Dean. Similar situation. We'll see. I feel like it could be that pick because of the fact that, you know, they did it last year. It's pretty simple, I guess you could say there. But let's see. I don't know. Probably wrong. Let's see. Here it is. Oh, is it up yet? I don't know. The pick is when the Cowboys pick the next one, an 88 pick. Number 22 is going to be making that selection. So we're going to hear Emmitt Smith talk.
Can't wait. Because I was going to say, I felt a little disrespected.
Look at this.
The way they treated us with that previous. I don't know, but.
I don't like this guy. He's
representing
Cleveland.
He's giving me like Tebow vibes for some reason. Like if Tebow was a frat boy.
He is.
You know what I mean?
Look at, is that a magician here?
Frat boy.
A magician Schmucko. All right, it's a Schmucko magician.
He does not look like a magician.
I don't know. His picture's up there. Like
he looks like what people think of the stereotype of football players.
Yeah, I don't know. But remember, this is Vegas, so they had some magic shit going on earlier, which is fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. Yeah, it's a wrestler. There you go. The Miz. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
That shows how much we know. We don't know shit about wrestling.
We do not like wrestling.
That we don't know.
And the pick is not Nakobe Dean.
No, Martin Emerson, quarterback from Mississippi State.
Cornerback. Okay, I thought you said quarterback. I'm like, what?
No, cornerback. Sorry. The quarterback from Mississippi State was...
Yes.
Dak Prescott. Anyway, jokes aside, what's up, Art 87?
Art in the house.
Jared Bogart, he said we definitely wet the bed with this draft. Not sounding very excited. Also, you know, I'm interested to see. I know we can't really like put up a new poll right this second. We want people to share their thoughts. Actually, let me go ahead and touch on the poll real quick since we haven't gone over that. I'm gonna shut it down.
That's the how you like. That's the overall draft right now.
I mean,
that's the question you
want.
want.
A lot of votes, guys. Wow.
How many votes?
150 votes.
Well, let's keep it going then. I want to know more.
That's why I said, like, let's just let it run till the end.
What's a grade?
As of now,
I have that's the first round. But it's really the whole
the grade range. You know, this was asked before the pick and now throughout. So far, 36% of you guys give this draft grade. So far in the first, you did specify after the first round, yeah. So BC grade with 36%.
Wow.
26% saying A, B grade.
Wow.
20% said C or D grade. And 18% said a D or an F grade.
Wow.
So I
was in D and F.
Really?
Yeah.
So I put BC. Wow. Because to me, it's like I said, to me, like the CD one felt like to me, he's like a C, like right in the middle. But picking the CD felt like I've landed on the lower end of that. And to me, the BC felt like the more correct side, even though I think it's a firm C. It's like a very...
I know.
Right now, in the middle.
Right now, I guess you could say I've gone to maybe a D plus, but it still falls in a D category. So I guess it could be a CD or a DC. I would say D.
Hey,
first.
R87 really truly living his best life. He had 2 beers today with the great Troy Aikman.
Ooh, man, that's awesome. That's classic. That is memorable. You never forget that ever.
I agree.
That's awesome. Let's see what the Tennessee Titans pick is. Nakobe Dean. That's the talk of the town now. Nakobe Dean. When is he going to go off the board? Who's going to draft him? And see the Tennessee Titans. They select Nicholas Petit Freer. I don't know if I said that right, but I tried my best.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Offensive tackle from Ohio State. There you go. Let me read a few comments here in the chat. Dan said, "Can we get a wide receiver now?" This would be ideal. If you're looking for a Michael Gallup-esque receiver, now is the time. Again, we have to think about what is it that the Cowboys want. You know, if they're looking for a Michael Gallup-like.
If you guys give me some names, there's a guy that has an E first name and an E last name. That's a pick you can look at in the 4th round. You got Danny Gray in the 5th round, possibly 4th or 5th round. That's where I would look more so. What about tight end? Tight end. Now maybe right now you have Jelani Woods out there. Jelani Woods. Yeah. I mean, that could be if he develops, that could be a difference maker. Now you got guys like Jeremy Ruckert. I love him. You got who's the guy from UCLA? He's supposed to be like an Andrew, like a Mark Andrews type guy. Some very good opportunity at tight end. Now to get a top guy that fits a 1-2 punch of Dalton Schultz and blank. So that could help the offense and Kellen Moore's game plan. I think tight end is an option here coming up. I also don't mind I love someone like Travis Jones. Shit, if he's there, see, I would almost go those 2 guys over Nakobe Dean. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Don't kill me.
That's
what I say. That's what I think.
So, no, real quick. So, like I said, Jared Bogarty did give it a D+. This is kind of funny,
like me.
Though.
We're in the same page, Jared.
He said Sam Williams looks like he takes plays off.
I hope not. I don't think on this defense. I'm not overhyping.
I just thought that was funny.
I hear that. Just like I think on this defense, there's none of that happening with Micah Parsons leading the way, with Dan Quinn being the guy that people want to go and fight for in a war. You know, they want to go in and fight and kill and break their bones for, you know, in a game in football. So I just say that I think that I think that's gonna change a little bit with the feel of the defense, the way the defense is bringing a different vibe than our offense. Our offense is disheveled, in pieces.
I know.
Trying to find
Chad
identity.
Muma's gone.
Oof, Wyoming's.
The reason I say that is because Jared Bogarty just said, I'll take Jelani Woods if he's available in the 4th round because I need Muma at 88.
Muma's gone.
Muma just went
to
at 70.
Jacksonville. But he's a linebacker. How would you have felt about that?
Bad.
You know? I'm just saying,
but again,
don't know if we're going to go another linebacker right now.
I fully admit, it's a principality. Going for another linebacker
bothers you.
Bothers me.
These are 2-minute picks, by the way.
But I guess it's not a first-round linebacker, so he can't bother me. I'm just not allowed to bother me. I have to let it go. I don't want to let it go, damn it. I want to be bothered.
You know you picked in the first round? A 3rd-round offensive lineman. Looks like. I'm just saying, like, what's worse?
Don't mock me. Don't mock me.
We've been mocked. Listen, Sam Williams.
You're gonna hate me. I'm sorry.
I
gotta break the seal. I love you. I'll be back.
You're not drinking alcohol.
I know.
It's not the same thing, baby.
Once I start
our work day, we break seals differently throughout.
I know. During the stream, that's it.
Hope you guys are enjoying the show, even if you're not enjoying this performance today on the field, so to speak, our Cowboy front office performance. But hey, I'm gonna try to say there's still. I am not a very positive. I'm a pessimistic person. A very pessimistic person. And when my wife comes back after breaking the seal, she'll tell you. But and I don't try to find the good in everything. Maybe sometimes like everybody, you get hooked on a play or a style of something, and you say, okay, you kind of give that a little more leeway. But what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to look at this really, judging it by first round, and you got to go by the grade. You got to go by what you're picking. If you're drafting a 2nd-round guy in the 1st round, that's more upsetting than drafting a 3rd-round guy in the 2nd round. Sam Williams. The importance drops a little bit every round. So if you're overdrafting in another round, at a certain point, it don't fucking matter anymore. You're just drafting for what you need. Doesn't matter who's better or not, because now you're just picking what you need. But in the 1st round, to do that to a point where is a huge risk. When you didn't have to let it be a huge risk with other players on that board or a trade down to maybe even still get this guy. And if you don't fucking get him. But there's other moves you can make to still. It's just the risk versus reward thing. If he hits it out, listen, if this guy does it, if Tyler Smith does it, man, it'll be a Travis Frederick situation. And it could happen with Will McClay at the helm. I'm not doubting that at all. Still, the percentages are higher than going with one of the other 4 choices on that list that could have helped this team. And you look at the specific situation with Tyler Smith specifically. He is not good in pass protection. Every single human being will tell you this. I know people want to harp on the penalties. That's part of the issue is his footwork. Some of the technical stuff. That's part of the issue. The technical stuff, the footwork stuff, that causes him to have to reach out to block. At guard, is going to have less space. That's a good thing. So it makes it, he gets a little, I think he does improve at guard if it works out that way. Oh, damn, that's a high pick to me. Velus Jones Jr. The Bears drafted him from Tennessee wide receiver. A little surprising to me because I will say though, he was the guy I was watching because he's a kickoff returner, punt returner. And he's not really great as far as the receiving side of things. He is primarily a special teams player, but a high level returner, punt returner, kick returner. So I don't know. I guess they're showing a lot of production here as a receiver. What I had read about multiple analysts saying that he's not really has a lot of high production when it comes to or volume when it comes to the wide receiver role. So as a returner, I was hoping we'd pick him up in the 4th, 5th round. He was another name I was looking at as a possible option at receiver for the Cowboys because of the return ability, as you're seeing here now on your screens. He's running back. He's a fantastic returner. So I don't want CeeDee Lamb returning punts. I don't want no Tony Pollard returning kickoffs. You guys understand what I'm trying to say? I'm going to change one thing here for our Cowboys pick, Sam Williams. I'm taking LB off of that. Linebacker is off of that because he ain't no linebacker. He's a edge rusher. And that's what he's going to be, at least at a rotational role, I believe, this year. Sam Williams. And Sam Williams, he turned 23 years old on March 31st. So he's a guy that is a little older. Again, what reason is for this? We all know the reason. COVID-19. That's the pushed everybody a year down the line, basically. Whether they came out a year later or they, to try to get their name up, make more of a name of themselves, or they only had 2 years instead of 3 years of college, but they're 20, 21 years old. So that's the way it's kind of breaking down. So Sam Williams, who turned 23 years old on March 31st, when you look at his measurables, it's not that good. And again, I'm not here to blow smoke. I'm not here to I don't think the measurables matter as much when you have Dan Quinn utilizing Sam Williams in the proper way. The measurables become a little less important and maybe even better when you have the assignment for the player of Sam Williams through Dan Quinn to be different maybe than he had at college, or to maybe focus on his strengths over his weaknesses instead of making him, let's say, a more complete player. Let's break him in piece by piece. Someone like Micah Parsons got it all. He just tapped everything as quick as he could out of Micah with Dan Quinn. I don't know if that's going to happen with Sam Williams. It won't. It'll take more time to develop. But in the meantime, what do you get from him? You're going to get a guy who's going to be able to get some pressure and some rushing. But when you look at the measurables, height, 44 percentile for a one-gap defensive edge. We're not talking about linebackers now. We're talking about edge rushers. Compared to edge rushers, which is what Sam Williams does, he's in the 44th percentile in height. He's in the 34th percentile in weight. So, like I said, he's a skinnier Micah Parsons. And even, Micah Parsons is smaller, right? As an edge rusher type, right? Wingspan, 46th percentile. Not a big wingspan. And when it comes to arm length, very poor as well. They're 34 percentile in arm length. So, not the kind of guy you're going to want to have to, using his arms a lot and technique. You want him using that pass rush, speed, the bend. You don't want to worry about playing games with the hands. Because he's going to be, once he gets locked into an offensive lineman, once Tyron Smith locks him up, Sam Williams ain't going anywhere. It's like he's going to get flunked to the side. And that's going to go to all the offensive tackles in the NFL, not just ours, which will be a good practice for him. But you're seeing the negatives here. Hand size, he's in the 48th percentile. So again, not even half of edge rusher type guys. Now let's look at vertical jump, not the best, 49 percentile. Then you look at what he's best at. And this is where I think we're tapping in, Dan Quinn, tap in. Broad jump, 87 percentile. He gets around that motherfucking quick. He can take leaps, steps. He can jump. He can fly out there through the air, literally, right? He's only got 3 good measurables. You got the 10-yard split that in the 80th percentile. So he's got that first 10 yards. He's in the 80th percentile. That's a great burst out the fucking, out your stance, basically. And then you look at some distance, which I don't know if he's going to use distance a lot as an edge rusher, but if he has to go and chase you across the field, he's in the 98th percentile when it comes to, the 40. So, again, as an edge rusher, what do you hear? You're hearing a small guy get handled, get pushed around, but you're seeing a guy who is extremely fast, a guy who has great bend and burst. You got to use him that way. You know who I trust in that? Not Will McClay or Mike McCarthy. Dan motherfucking Quinn, baby. That's who I trust, right? Right, Asha? That's who I trust? Yeah, that's who I trust. So anyways, there's my mini breakdown on things, guys. If you want to look at his numbers, Sam Williams is 6'3" and 5/8. That's how tall he is. His weight is 261 pounds. So he's a little bigger than Micah Parsons. His wingspan is 80 and 1/4 inches. Arm length 33 and 1/8. 10-yard splits 1.6
Abraham
seconds.
Lucas, by the way, offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle going to the Seahawks. 40-yard dash is number 4.46. Again, 261, 6'3". It's a little bigger than Micah Parsons, but he's fucking a half second slower than Micah Parsons. Mm-hmm. So you understand what we're doing here, guys? We're using this is the Micah Parsons edge rusher to relieve, not just to replace Randy Gregory, but to relieve the Micah Parsons pass rush all game long. We're not going to run Micah all game. We're going to have 10 to 15 snaps of Micah, and we're going to have 60 snaps eventually from Sam Williams. That's the hope.
But this is how we keep Micah Parsons alive.
Yes. This is a Micah Parsons move, a Dan Quinn move. Again, I'm not saying I don't love it, but I'm trying to understand it with you guys. You guys seeing it here, molding into my brain.
I'm seeing a lot of good things about Williams here in the chat from you guys.
I want to hear it. I want to hear the family speaking on this. Oh, wait, who was picked, by the way, on this last one? Abraham Lucas. I got it.
As I say, I'm like, don't ask me that now. What the heck?
I just saw at the bottom of the screen. That's why I saw it.
People in a trench coat. About to read the draft pick. Okay.
Trying to get these. I think I'm doing a good job keeping up with the draft here, on the board for everybody on the ticker. Tomorrow I won't be able to do it. Oh my God, who fell?
Okay, did you not?
No, I missed
the part where I told you it's two people in a trench coat?
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm sorry, baby. I thought you were talking about something else. I did not realize it was about the actual pick.
No, it's two people in a trench coat.
Leave it to the Colts to do some dumb shit.
Oh. Let's I'm assuming the kid isn't dead.
You guys know the still the Kobe.
Oh, it's the Cheeky Boyos. The
no
comedy duo.
No, forget these fucking freaks. Jelani Woods was just fucking picked by the Colts. That was the guy I wanted at tight end, man. That's the guy I wanted. Damn it. No, that's a big one there. That hurts my nutsack. That's no one's fault. I would not have picked them in the second round, but
we're in the third.
I know that. 15 picks away. That's what I'm saying. In the third round is where I was looking at them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. I thought you were like surprised. Damn. I'm like, that makes sense.
No, we got Jeremy Ruckert. I thought Ruckert would be picked in front of Jelani Woods. What do you guys think about that one? Because that's one I really like. That's a player I really wanted to see develop with the Cowboys as our number 2. Now I'm looking at Jeremy Ruckert. Now I'm like, Jeremy Ruckert. I know we got Weidemeyer if we go later in the draft.
Rod Reeves for summing it up.
Part of the family here. Much love to you. The familia here.
Yes.
Appreciate you as always, the Cowboy family.
But yeah, Jelani Woods gone.
It's just the guy I want. What are they doing here? A keg stand? So,
it looks
like they're doing a keg stand in the Senior Bowl. But look, the point is, Jelani Woods, oh man, he's a good pickup. The Colts, good pick there. And again, just think of him as our number 2. He doesn't have to go out there and produce great numbers, really, right now. He's learning as our number 2. That'd be great. Now, he doesn't block very well, but a guy that big, you eventually will learn how to block somewhat, basically.
You figure it out.
The Cowboys, Jeremy Ruckert, you might see a whole slew of tight ends coming up. Oh, there's that pissed off.
Desmond Ridder.
There's that pissed off Cincinnati quarterback. The guy got picked by the Atlanta Falcons. Guess what for him, though? There's an opportunity there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really...
That's actually a good thing for him.
Who was the guy they picked up? I know they picked somebody up.
They picked up a receiver.
No. They picked up at quarterback this year to replace Matt Ryan. They picked somebody up. You guys will probably know.
I can't remember now.
Desmond Ridder, Cincinnati quarterback. Again, which conference again? Exactly. That's the same one as Tyler Smith. Nah. And the thing I'm trying to say is that, like, that's why he's not a top quarterback. Because he's in the fucking wrong... I don't know the numbers he had. He was the Rookie of the Year in 2018, so a high upside and all that stuff in college. But he's hit Cincinnati. And that's what my complaint is about Tyler Smith. I'm going to start saying it. It's going to start flowing out my mouth, normal Tyler Smith. But right now, I still almost hesitate. I say Taylor...
I want to say Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith.
Every time.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. But...
I mean, it's... Just say Smith.
I know.
At this point...
Well, okay, we got Desmond Ridder. We got Jelani Woods, the one that knocked me off my feet a little bit. That's unfortunately. A lot of girl dads, which is awesome. But going back to the Cowboys, which is what we're talking about here, as they unveiling his, he found out he has a daughter. He's having a daughter. But the thing is that when you look at the most important things when it comes to a pass rusher type like Sam Williams, he had a 1.52 in the 10-yard split. Just to guys, that's a 7 flat and a 3 cone. That is a fantastic number right there for him. And that's really, when you look at this, guys, what is the most important for a defensive edge rusher? We need him to be big. He's bigger than Micah Parsons. He needs to be taller than a 6'3" guy. But 6'3" is taller than, I think, isn't that Micah Parsons, basically? So,
yeah.
So my point is, almost like Micah Parsons, but he's a defensive edge player mainly, in a 3-4, but he's playing edge.
That's why I said he fits the Micah Parsons mold.
But he's still small and he's still got the issues. That's why he was pushed back. But the Cowboys think of not Sam Williams by himself in college. Mm-hmm. Think of him not in another team. Think of him with Dan Quinn and the Cowboys and Micah Parsons on the other side. When you have Dan Quinn with Micah on one side and Sam Williams, you're gonna have DeMarcus Lawrence pass rushing and Micah behind him covering or rushing. You never know. But you're also gonna have on the other side, situations, or maybe you're gonna have Micah with him too sometimes. With in front of Micah as a linebacker, in front of him, you're gonna have Sam Williams, and you're gonna have two guys on either side or on both sides. You can just do so much with that and scare the living fuck out of every opposing offense. Because the most important thing for an edge rusher, especially when you're a smaller guy, is for the burst, bend, and speed side of things. It's that 10-yard split. It's that fucking 3-cone. It's the bursts he has. He has unbelievable 80 percentile burst, fantastic long speed. So my point here is, if we use him right, you get the attributes that he's very good at out of him, and you put that on center stage, and you build off of that. And that's what I think they're gonna do with the Sam Williams.
I also think we have to shout out Jason Renfro.
The man, Jason Renfro.
With that $1 holler and a Go Cowboys.
Dollar holler. That Go Cowboys.
Thank you, Jason. Much love to you.
The Cash App King. 10 weeks in a row going for that Micah.
Man.
And the Kobe Dean's still out there. Somehow, right? It's like, it's still crazy that it is the draft. That's what happens, man. That's what happens, right?
House Nelson said we're going to Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson value quarterbacks coming out of this draft.
I'm sorry, say that again. Russell Wilson and
like Dak Prescott in the sense of teams are going to get starters out of second, third, fourth round.
Yeah, they're gonna, the Falcons are going to have this guy challenge. What's his name? Desmond Ridder. They're going to have him challenge whoever they brought him. Is it Mariota they brought in? I think I don't know who they brought in, but the point is that he's going to be able to challenge even if he sits a year, right? But he'll have a chance. The point is, these guys are not that graded talent-wise to be a first-round pick no matter what. There's a lot of reasons. Sometimes it goes to them to play themselves. Sometimes it's the division they play in, the conference they play in, the team they're on in college. Christian Harris, linebacker from Alabama, off the board.
There it is. Wow, Jared Bogarty, I am so sorry.
What happened?
He literally just said Christian Harris is still available. Roll Tide.
Damn.
And,
he's off the board.
The Texans said no, he isn't.
Houston's been kicking some of our fans in the nuts here. Unfortunately, the Texans and the East Side's been sending them on a mission. They kind of
did go after a lot of players that a lot of Cowboy fans wanted.
I can't hate their draft, although I want to.
If anything, it just goes to show you, we obviously wanted some very popular, talented players. So.
Now, I want to go. I'm sticking with the Cowboys. I'm going to try to always bring. And maybe I want you to keep hitting the chat, but I got to bring it back to Cowboys and Sam Williams because he's the talk of the day. We talked.
Let me bring the doggy back.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Tyler Smith. We talked a lot about all that, the good, bad, and ugly, and we discussed that last night, tonight. We discussed that right until now. We were talking more Sam Williams, and I got to get rolling. You guys brought up, the knife in high school. I'm not worried about that. A lot of kids do a lot worse at those ages. And then you got, I think context would matter in that, as like the wife said earlier. Yeah, what was the situation he had in college?
Kind of a sexual misconduct.
Sexual misconduct. I mean, Micah Parsons was doing like a lot of hazing and gay stuff with people. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying like joking stuff that's probably not acceptable. He was doing that. That was one of the red flags. But he came to the Cowboys and he was focused. So I'm not really too worried about some of the small red flags with some of these guys. But when you look at Sam Williams, we just talked about his height, his weight, his hands, his arm length, not good. So he's not there he's not DeMarcus Lawrence fighting guys off, fighting offensive linemen, right? He's there for that Randy Gregory burst, that speed. Now, Randy Gregory had the hands as well, so that's a whole different. Randy's better than a Sam Williams. But when you're looking at trying to use that bend, trying to use that speed to get around that corner, that's where he accelerates. That's where he's one of the elite guys at, Sam Williams, with the burst. And when you look at the athleticism, that's one of the key things that it looks like Dan Quinn looks for in his pass rushers. They got to be big enough to deal with the NFL offensive linemen, but that speed and that tenacity is what matters most to Dan Quinn, and the athleticism. So when you look at Sam Williams, he scored a 9.65 out of a possible 10 in that RAS, that relative athletic score, the RAS score, which is unbelievably great, guys. And since 1987 and through all the way to 2022, out of a possible 10, he scored a 9.65, and he ranked out of 1,428 edge rushers, the last 33 years, 34, 5 years, he ranked 51st. Best ever athletically. So we have an athletic, monster here that's a little undersized, doesn't have the arms, no technique, but he's got the pass rush speed. He's got the athletic ability. And to me, he's like a cheaper version of Micah. He's a second-round Micah. I don't know. That plays edge. That's maybe what the Cowboys are trying to look at him as. And I hate saying Micah, comparing, because, you don't want to do that. But I do feel that the Cowboys are looking for something like their Micah 2.0 kind of guy, which is Sam Williams. And he'll never be Micah, but he can be, maybe a Randy Gregory in a couple years. It can provide a lot of pass rush now of what Randy Gregory provided when it came to the pure, speed rush, bend, and all that good stuff. So I don't know, just some stuff. I look at this athletic score when it comes to the edge rushers, and it's fantastic. So, athletically blows a lot of, he's the 51st out of over 1,400 players at that position. So that's athletically dominant, but physically not the most dominant player. He uses athleticism to get him his sacks, his numbers, his production. So, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to jump in. I just was breaking it down. I'm sorry. It's breaking it down a little bit, guys. Let me make sure I don't know. Did they pick their pick?
Sorry, we didn't have really time to eat today.
I know. We didn't really get a
and I know
dinner.
You had less time than me, but
yeah, I didn't eat anything. You all right?
I'm fine. I jumped. She barked.
It's all right, baby. She's a doggy.
I wasn't expecting it.
Let me update. I know. And if I didn't put your guys' names up on that board above, just know I have everything documented.
It looks like the Ravens just picked Nakobe Dean.
Did they?
Seems like it.
How do you know? Did
Montana 808 said Dean off the board, so let's see.
So the Ravens went with the roll of dice with the medical issues there with Nakobe Dean. But again, I don't mind that because at this point, I figured
look at the Cowboys weren't going to be the team to do it. So.
You know what? I know what the Cowboys taking. I'm saying, who I would love to see drop into the Cowboys. I would love the Cowboys to take Travis Jones. Travis Jones right now from UConn. Right now McShay, he's the third best available, but he's been hanging in that spot the whole damn night. It seems like Nakobe Dean been the number one guy available, but there's a reason why he is
Travis Jones sounds like a weird, amalgamation of Jerry Jones and Travis Frederick. I know he's not. I like the way it sounds. I'm just saying that in my mind.
Travis Jones. Travis Jones. Let's go, Travis. I'm gonna keep saying it. Now, what were some options we were talking about here at the third round? I mean, Travis Jones. We were talking about Nakobe Dean possibly, but that's more of the name at this point. We already have.
What about receivers? Because that to me is the one that especially since Woods is gone.
Well, I can try to go and check the
tight end and receiver were kind of the two.
Actually, you're right. Tight end is the one. That tight end to me is more important. Actually, I think I'd rather go.
I know tight end is more important, but if Woods is gone, is it worth it? That's my point. What tight ends are still there?
Jeremy Ruckert.
Okay, so
you got the guy. I know Kolar. We could take him a little later. There's another guy out there, and I forgot he's from UCLA. And I would have to check the chat. I'm not sure, right. But they would. I mean, if you could check the chat, it'd be great, baby. But shit, there he is.
Oh well, you just said it out loud, baby. Travis Jones, defensive tackle from UConn, just went to the Ravens. So I guess Nakobe Dean.
The Ravens
to
always
fight another
fucking
day.
me, man. The Ravens always fuck me. Fuck you, Baltimore. They're always fucking me. The Ravens always taking my guy because they like those big defensive tackles. They like, man, that's a
Jerry
good player.
Bargatti said, I'm just going to stop talking. He just put laughing emojis and the clown emoji.
They're going to end up, this is going to end up like, no, I feel it. It's like, I feel like the first round again.
The Ravens do tend to draft very well.
Yeah, but they draft those defensive players. Yes, and those, oh man, it's a good player. Great player. They always draft these great players, man. And again, he's a 3-down guy. You can use he can 8.5 sacks in his career, but he had 4.5 last year.
I think this is the perfect time.
Fuck.
To draft the kicker.
I'm leaving the fucking room if they draft. I'm gonna get drunk here.
Oh baby, we'd have to shut the channel down if they draft the kicker in the third round. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's no recovering from that. Just pack your bags, go home, give up. That's it. You're done.
Even the thought of it makes me a little sick to my stomach.
Oh God,
Colts
baby,
are off, guys. I know. But just they won't do that, would they?
No.
You say no. Let's hear their take. Again, now you got Ruckert as a tight end. Oh, offensive lineman. A guy we forgot about a little bit there, the Austrian guy, who's looked on as like the back end of the first round. Colts making some good picks too. They got Jelani Woods. They got Bernard Ryman.
There you go.
Damn. Colts and Ravens and the fucking Eagles too. Hurt my nuts. This draft.
It does kind of suck, but thank you very much to the man C-Doc80.
Woo.
He's coming through.
Appreciate you, brother.
$10 drop. You know what he had to say?
What? C-Doc.
Boss man fat was a miss. We might draft a corner next.
That's always available. Always a possibility. I know. Damn, there's a couple of corners, and I discussed them in detail, but they were later like 4th or 5th round corners. I would look in the 4th or 5th round. I would save this for a premium starting role, and to me, tight end or even a third receiver is a premium starting role, because the second tight end and 12 personnel is more important than we have 3 cornerbacks right now, and then we have, of course, Kelvin Joseph. So it's 4, Nashawn Wright 5. So I'm just saying, like, I don't like it. I think we go 4th or 5th round with cornerback. But again, you are 100% right. With this front office, they might say, let's just grab that cornerback. We get the corner in the 4th round, but let's get him in the 3rd.
Montana, I will say, it's probably the best draft that the Jets have had in a
Jets have had a good draft too. That's true. Yeah.
Like, let's see how they all pan out, of course. But as of now, on paper, the Jets do have quite the draft.
Yeah. No, they've had a damn good draft, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to overcome in 1 year where they probably want to be at, but yeah, definitely.
Jared Bogarty said we are definitely going wide receiver again. I'm definitely leaning receiver personally.
I just there's so many other receivers.
Or tight end, receiver, tight end.
Can you guys give me that?
That's my final.
I'm hoping tight end
position wise.
At this point, no Travis Jones. I'm hoping tight end. That's what I'm at right now.
We'll see. Jason Renfro said Dick a kicker at 88.
Yeah,
Choctaw Montana said.
I'll run out of here crying.
Seven Banks is probably the most raw corner left. House Nelson saying Danny Gray, Nakobe Dean, Malik Willis, Leo Chenal. Canal or Chenal? Not sure. You let me know, House Nelson. But basically, he's just saying that, those are all names that I'd be cool with getting. So.
I have to think about it because, honestly, I don't know. I have Nakobe Dean is still there. So it's just funny that he's still there. But I can't see us taking him. I just can't see it. Like, he's still in the back. I guess a steal pick there. Receivers, I just see there's so many receivers still left in the rest of this draft. I want to know who that guy is. And he started with the first name is a really hard name to pronounce. The last name started with an E. First name I think was Eric with a K maybe. I'm not sure. But those are I'm curious to know if anybody, says that name in the chat as well as an option.
I haven't seen that.
No, I know, but I'm saying there's a couple options. I say a receiver, but I think we're going to wait to the 4th round on that tomorrow, in my opinion. Alex Wright, edge rusher from University of Alabama, Birmingham, UAB, off the board. So I'm actually fixing the board a little bit. Jason Renfro's in 3rd place on the overall board. And,
since I know we haven't said it in a
C-Doc
little while,
actually has jumped into a tie, by the way, into 6th place on the overall board.
So, but guys, if you guys can all take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can follow us on Twitter at MyCowboysFamily.
That's right.
Hop in the Discord, link is down below.
Thank you guys. Truly appreciate every single one of you guys. Drop the love, the support. We can do this on a nightly. We're doing this for 4 or 5 hours, streaks, and we do games, the whole thing. Every single night, we have that love for that star over everything. So, yes, it's raw here sometimes. Sometimes you get the first instant reaction, instant thoughts on things. Sometimes it doesn't come out as nice or clean as we want to, but it's a real reaction, and we do try to then learn from the players we're getting and seeing what the goal is here, the overall vision. So I trust the defensive picks when in Dan Quinn's involvement, but offense still seems to me a little bit in shambles right now. I just don't know what the direction is. So do you want to go and reach for a receiver here?
Yeah.
Do you want to get a solid? Maybe even a future starter over Dalton Schultz possibly here in tight end. That I would rather go if I'm going offense.
Yeah,
I go tight end. If you're gonna pick an offensive player, I'm gonna say tight end. But you got defensive players like Nakobe Dean or others that you might say, what? I wanna roll with and improve our defense with more power. Jason Renfro got some power.
Renfro.
He's powered up, baby.
$10 holler.
He's powered up to fully loaded on that stream boss. As I said, he's trying to maybe make a little run at the whole thing, getting closer and closer to Mark Hospi in first, and second is the brand man, the brand man, Jeremy Bramlett. You guys know him. But what did Mr. Jason Renfro say, baby, with that 10?
He's flying in with the Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys, baby, And of course, he's moving up. He's third place on this board, and he's got fully loaded there. He's got the Cash App lead, the Cash App streak. That's 4 if I'm counting. I don't know, I'm not a mathematician.
I guess
that's 4 out of the 5.
I know. And
Mark Hospian got the other one. God, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. When you put it that way,
what?
I think that tight end does becomes a higher priority. And if the Cowboys are trying to go for, like you said, if they're going off the vibes of the first and second round, they're going to go for the best player available at the highest position of need.
Yeah,
and if you put tight end and receiver next to each other, tight end wins,
more,
like by a landslide.
Much more value at tight end than receiver right now.
Yep.
And you talk about your second receiver, your second tight end, or your third receiver, which both are important. But I think we're trying to run the ball, you want to get a tight end that can block, that's going to provide a second option for Dalton Schultz. With Dalton Schultz for Dak.
Schultz needs his Schultz. Remember?
Yes, he needs it.
He needs his backup.
He's his best
needs his guy
when he has another very good tight end next to him. There, that sounded weird.
Yep.
Much love to the man, A. Lavelle.
I think we're all our best with tight ends next to us. But Mr. Lavelle said, what's up, MCF and MCW?
Appreciate you, brother.
What's good, everyone in the chat? Hope everyone is safe and healthy and able to step away for a few and show some love to my favorite Cowboys family. Go Cowboys, baby, and enjoy the draft, everybody. So thank you so much,
always,
Mr. A. Lavelle.
Mr. Lavelle.
Hopefully you're having a good day 2 draft day.
Yes, I know. I'm curious. I'm always curious to what everybody thinks about these picks.
Yeah, of course. If you are still here, Mr.
Sometimes
Lavelle,
our reactions
your thoughts, your comments, your reactions.
Our reactions aren't the best sometimes because we get pretty pissed off pretty fast. But
they are honest though.
They are. That is true. We are honest about it. They are very honest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think anyone would voluntarily put themselves out there looking that
I can't help myself.
Sometimes, but we
put it out there.
There we are.
Much love, Mr. Lavelle. He's, by the way, tied for 10th on the overall board. Hey, tomorrow it's a Saturday weekend. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th rounds tomorrow, and we have that major 4th and fucking 4 more picks in the 5th round. So it's major. And then of course one last pick, a little earlier than we expect, a little earlier than it was because of the Amari Cooper trade. Went up 10 spots in the 6th round, and we'll pick there, and then it's over. After that, we'll be calling it a stream tomorrow. So. We're ready we're locked and loaded, and we were focused for this thing, guys. Tomorrow we're bringing all the info, all the extra added sprinkled info that we love to bring here on Sam Millions and on whoever pick 88 is. And we're back to being fully loaded here with the man.
Jason Renfro.
Jason Renfro rocking the spot.
That lying there, right? He had to fly in with that $10 holler.
He's ripping
Classic
it.
Go Cowboys and repower himself up. So
he's getting close. I'm just checking for you, man. You're getting close to Mr. Jeremy Bramlett, the brand man, in second place. But you got 2 more days.
To the Cowboys.
He's got 2 more. He's got 2 more days to catch. So we'll see what happens. Again, that streak from Mark Hospian, he's just a little in front of Jeremy Bramlett. So we'll see. Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to come down to the wire a little bit here to this weekend. Yeah, JT Woods selected by the Chargers at the 79th pick in the draft. We're 10 away, guys. Less than 10 away. He's a safety from Baylor, JT Woods. So go ahead, baby. Hit up. And Jason Renfro dropping the 10. I think you had the flying pair, right?
Yeah.
The Go Cowboys. Yeah. So appreciate you again. The man, Jason Renfro, fully loaded and fully blasted.
Oh, man. Jared Bogarty said, I want to see what we do with those 5th round picks.
I think we're going to draft with them. We could trade up and get Travis Smith, whatever.
I'm still holding out hope that we trade
one of them
for a player. Crazy as it sounds, in the sense of
swing tackle would be nice, right?
But attach it to attach that pick, 5th round pick, plus a player to so and so team for
a player.
Insert thing here. So yeah, just saying.
No,
I
don't know. I just think the Cowboys are going to just take all their picks and they're going to take them all home with them, and they're going to have to either keep them all or cut some of them. So I just I don't know. I don't know if I like that strategy because it don't seem to work in the past, in my opinion.
Let me see. You guys crack me up. So Montana Day said, "I'm not entertaining the draft after last night."
We have to entertain it.
Jared Bogarty said, "I want to see what we do with these 5th round picks." Lunatic said top tight ends are UCLA Greg Dulwich, 6'4".
There he is, yes.
235, and OSU Ruckert.
See, I like Ruckert a lot. Oh, Greg Dulcich.
Oh, wow.
Off the board. He's the Mark Andrews comparison.
Then I guess I jinxed myself.
Yeah.
I didn't do it
and
on purpose.
You're realizing
guys.
all the tight ends are coming off the board, right? So here's where the Cowboys got to go for
That's
Jeremy.
why I say that.
Jeremy Ruckert is where you have to go.
Tight end and receiver seems like the best move, just because it seems like right now we're in an offensive streak, and by the time it gets to us, we're either going to be at the end of it or the tail end of it, and either way, cover your bases.
Get the tight end. Get the tight end. But this guy would have been. I didn't think he was going to get to a spot where we were going to maybe draft him. This would have been. I would have liked to get him even over Ruckert, but I forgot his name, and that UCLA guy. That's the one. So he's off the board, unfortunately. I'm trying to update the overall board now, so you guys can follow along at the bottom of the screen with the rolling ticker. So baby, hit up the chat if you can.
Of course.
And let's keep it rolling here.
Cleveland Brown said, haha, another tight end off the board. Come on, Jarrett. Give Schultz that contract. Basically saying,
Don't worry. We'll get a tight end here.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's the...
I'm not bending my hair,
solution. Though. So, he's kind of rolling back a little bit.
I'm just trying to make sure I got everything right here.
You're funny there. He said you can always get James Washington.
It's a running joke we have. So the Giants are up, and they just got Cordell Flott, cornerback. I never even heard of him from LSU. I guess I don't know. I'm not a college guy, so I don't know much about these guys. Now we're on the 82nd pick. We're getting around here, guys. We're getting closer and closer for our Cowboys. So it's time for the doggy to take a break. Mm-hmm. And the Falcons are up. They're making their pick. Yeah. Giants got Cordell. Yep. Scoreboard said we get Rico Gathers. No, please no. No way. There's something underneath, I think, maybe. It's way underneath. So it's not going to be gotten now. No, it's just not going to be. We can't get the stick and get it out of there, baby.
Oh, no, it's right here.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Good. There it is. Resolved. Awesome. Or something else back there. Anyways, she gotta be chill, the doggy. No. Happy. What's up, real shit? How you doing? Little Spooky said, if we get a kicker, he's done. And that's probably the only thing that can make me flip this fucking table.
We're not going to get kickers.
Baby, you keep saying that.
Oh my God, it was a joke.
No. I'm just saying, people, right now with this fan base, we're at the point where that is not a joke. That's a fucking fear.
Emotional damage.
Yes, we have been abused. D'Angelo Malone going to the Falcons. He's a linebacker, and it's not Nakobe Dean. Man, what a drop. D'Angelo Malone, linebacker. He's a defense from Western Kentucky. Small school.
Well, hey, I guess that's what happens when they have medical questions that can't be answered in a reasonable amount of time. Like, if they have any doubts, no one's going to take a high draft pick chance on a guy that they have medical questions about.
He's a Conference USA guy. You know what I'm saying? That tells you why. These are where, again, of course, there's better Conference USA guys and other Conference USA guys, but this is why Cincinnati quarterback gets picked here, D'Angelo Malone gets picked there, and that's why we pick Tyler Smith, who can't pass block and still needs a lot of development, and that's who we pick in the first round. You understand that from the Conference of USA? You understand why I get fucking pissed?
Yeah. Greg the Leg is a no-go.
We don't have any kickers on this team, by the way. Yeah, no, you guys picked up Greg Zuerlein.
Scorpio said we didn't draft a kicker, but we drafted a holder in the first round, Tyler Smith.
That's funny. That's a good one. We have a kicker. His name is Tyler Biadish, our center.
True.
Because he actually can kick.
There you go.
Chris Nagar is actually our kicker. The only guy left. Everybody else, I tell you, baby, it's deep under there. I know because I saw it earlier. But I'm not playing those games, and now I'm focusing on the draft.
I know.
So, is Philly up next? Is that who's up? I don't know. The Lunatic said defensive tackle and 2 defensive ends are top non-quarterbacks available. Yeah, I know you got a linebacker right now. Here they're showing Nakobe Dean as the top available guy. So, we'll see what happens. Oh, the Eagles are picking up now. Their pick is next. And they picked a quarterback. No, I'm just joking.
Nah.
I'd love to see that happen.
Where's LT?
They didn't pick a quarterback.
I'm just saying in general, like, where is he? Like, where's LT? So, give me a second.
Okay. Well, we're seeing the pick is in, but they don't even go back to it. There's no announcements. But when the Cowboys do pick, Emmitt Smith will be on stage, and he will be making the pick for the Dallas Cowboys. So I mean, Dulcich is a good pickup, man. I'd say the Broncos. Is it the Broncos? They took a couple. They took a couple players as well from us. Right now, though, I'm just too bad that Jelani Woods is gone. See, that's if the Cowboys knew that was happening, they should have maybe traded up, used a 5th round pick. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. And that's what I want. I don't know what they wanted, but. We'll see. The Cowboys are obviously not really wanting to use those. They'd rather go and roll the dice on an option in the 5th round than a chance. To them, that's a major risk. Trading up in the 3rd round using your 5th rounder, which I don't understand that. Maybe there was just not any good picks. I don't know. Kobe Dean's still up there. Malik Willis from Liberty, quarterback. Coral, quarterback. Sam Howell, quarterback. And then Perion Winfrey, Oklahoma. Those are Todd Shea's best available guys left. So
Donald Sabo said C- grade for the Cowboys so far.
I mean, that's close to
that's fair.
It's close to my
yeah,
D plus, right? D plus,
yeah.
C minus. It's about the same thing, you know. So let's see who the Eagles draft, because now we're 5 picks away, and every pick matters in the sense that they're in our grasp. If we see one of the guys we really like, or a player that you guys have been posting about, Elvis dancing, of course, when the Eagles are up, and the Commanders are dancing with them. I mean, that's lame city.
Oh, sorry, just that took me a second.
You gotta take that in a little bit, huh?
Pittsburgh's about to draft. 2 times said, who is left?
Well, again, Nakobe Dean was one of the bigger names, but I'm looking at, Jeremy Ruckert as a possibility still. Again, they just took 2 of the 4 guys I mentioned. They took them off my goddamn board. But those 2 guys I really do like. I'll have to keep looking. Let me see here. I'm going to look at their big board, best available players left out there as the Eagles about to pick.
Yeah.
Nakobe Dean, Malik Willis from Liberty. He's a quarterback, so I don't care about them. Perion Winfrey from Oklahoma. They got DeMarvin Leal, Texas A&M, an edge rusher type guy. The Cowboys liked him. He was one of their visits.
There you go.
Cameron Thomas, edge rusher. Leo Chanel, like you said, inside linebacker. Kirby Joseph from Illinois, a safety. Now, receiver, you got Jalen Tolbert. You got Calvin Austin III at receiver. You know what I'm saying? You don't have anybody you want to draft here. So I can go by position. Let's see, receivers. Here's some Jalen Tolbert. Calvin Austin.
Oh, God, Nakobe Dean just went to the Eagles.
There you go. The Eagles went with the risk of the Kobe Dean. And they got him. Baby, what do you think about that pick? How does LT think about that pick?
That one only bothers me because, again, if it works out for the Eagles, then they just laughed at the whole league. Fantastic fucking pick.
Yeah, that's a huge steal if it works out. Nakobe Dean was supposed to be a first rounder. Remember that. So
again, the Eagles are absolutely killing it.
The nation's top linebacker last year, Butkus Award winner in college. Of course, in the NFL, it was Micah.
And again, there's not much you can do, but the fact that they got him 83rd and we're picking 88.
I mean, he has the unbelievable.
Does make me feel some type of way.
Like, I would like to see if we would have passed on him or not.
Larry J said, I got to be honest, Nakobe behind Jordan Davis and Fletcher is going to be scary.
That's why we're silent right now. If you end up right now, we want to say bad things.
No, I'm sure LT is out there. He's going to be coming back.
He'll be back here celebrating. But that's the thing, is like, usually they say what? If you have anything good to say, don't say it at all. But I don't do that with the Eagles. I don't. When there's something good, when there's something good to say, that's when I don't speak. So who's next? Pittsburgh.
Let me see. Of course, Real Shit's here as well. So
he'll be here with the pick for us. With us. Maybe they'll take another quarterback. What do you think?
Let's hope not.
They probably wanted Nakobe Dean. He must be pissed because he probably wanted Nakobe Dean. But we don't know what his medicals are.
Yeah, pretty much most people are. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Most people are frustrated. Yeah. Definitely not happy about the fact that we let him slip through our fingers.
And now he's with the Eagles. Like that's the stabbing in the back. Oh, as LT comes in and stabs like 1, 2, jab in the back. Much love, LT. You gotta be having a really good draft. What are you thinking?
Because before that, he was saying, was it like a B? He said now back up to an A+ draft.
Hopefully, it's overrated. But I can't say anything bad other than that because You guys bet this over a barrel right now when you look at the draft and you look at the offseason, when you look at everything. I mean, you guys made a trade. You guys picked offseason guys up. You guys made the right picks. I'm just going to sit here and watch the draft. Hi. Damn, I don't like that. I don't like the way this is. Right now, to me, you're going to see people picking the Eagles over the Cowboys in the division. Watch.
I would not blame them.
No. Well, it's the hot take. Probably using the turnout that way.
That's why I said, like,
but they will take. I
can see that.
Wouldn't
blame them. I'm not going to be part of them, obviously, but I wouldn't blame them.
Hit up the chat, my love.
No, so of course Donald Sabo saying go Cowboys. Oh yeah, real shit. You know, DeMarvin Neal or Leal.
Oh,
sorry,
he's a good player.
There you go, defensive edge.
Cowboys liked him. I heard a lot about him. He's good. Edge guy. The Cowboys wouldn't have taken him. Now we looking for speed. I don't think he's the speed guy. I think he's more of like a bigger kind of. Let's say DeMarcus Lawrence. Not that he's DeMarcus Lawrence, but he'd be more of a technique kind of guy. I think. I thought he was more of a 3-tech initially. I thought, but maybe I'm wrong. Either way.
Oh no, Jared Bogarty. He said we're about to draft some random Boise State player.
Don't give me
tell me that doesn't send fear
again,
into your heart.
This is just getting worse and worse by the second.
Sam
Williams might be the best pick we have.
House Nelson said, time for me to be a jealous hater and say Nakobe Dean will be an undersized bust. But that can't, he can't cut it in the NFL.
How can it be? The only way he's a bust is if he can't get through those 4 years. Because if he gets through the 4 years, he's probably good enough to be a third-round choice. You know what I'm saying? The risk versus reward, fucking worth it. Fuck the Eagles. Fuck Philly. We love you, LT. But fuck the goddamn birds of green. I hate the Eagles. Fuck Philly.
What LT said.
Oh, with some green of his own.
Yes.
With that 5 on it. What did LT say, baby?
He said, Hassan Reddick and Nakobe Dean. Make Philadelphia linebackers great again. What an off-season. Any good Howie jokes, chat?
Listen, I'm the one guy. I'm the one guy who said...
Wentz.
That's always going to be a joke.
Just kidding.
But that could be more than just Howie Roseman. The thing is that Howie Roseman helped the Eagles much more than they hurt him. And he hurt him. I mean, he's really helped them win a Super Bowl. He's really helped them just rebound a little faster. Maybe they would have if they were under somebody else's tutelage. And that's my point. I think people are quick to hate Howie Roseman. And I think he's actually better than, I hate to say it, but I think he's better than people want to admit. And that's what we are sitting here with talk about a real shitty GM named Jerry Jones for 26 straight losing fucking years, not even getting past
Marcus Jones, cornerback from Houston. Cornerback from Houston goes to the Patriots.
Okay, so let me see.
For a second, I'm like, wait, did Houston just grab a guy from Houston?
We got another drop here by the man Jason Renfro.
Thank you so much, Jason.
7 on it, right there. Let me get that down on the board for you, brother.
Fully powering himself back up again.
He's back.
With the classic Go Cowboys.
Locked up.
Now, Mackenzie two times here in the chat said we need a defensive tackle or a speedy wide receiver. So.
Hold on, I'm just trying to get this right here for the Pittsburgh pick.
You guys cracked me up as well. Cleveland Browns said, woo, Boise State, let's keep up with the tradition.
No, please no. I beg of you. Please no. Don't do this to you. Why you guys want to see me die? Don't want to see me die.
Let me see here.
Damn. Jeremy Ruckert's the second best available guy out there right now.
I know.
Jeremy Ruckert's my pick right now.
So, Cleveland Browns at MCF, would you trade Howie for Jarrah?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Yeah?
I'll give up a 4th rounder. I'll give one of our 5th rounders. How's that sound? I would.
I love you.
I would trade almost anybody away. I would trade for anybody. I'd trade for me to get on the Cowboys and be there rather than GMing. And that's probably a big upgrade.
I love you.
Nothing else to say.
So
that's all. It hurts, but
it is a little cold in here.
We're getting. Let me see here. Oh well, you want to hit it up? Maybe you can. I'm just trying to make sure that I got the spellings right. DeMarvin Leal from now is in Pittsburgh, edge rusher. Marcus Jones, Patriots, and now we got the Vegas Raiders, the Cardinals, and then our Dallas Cowboys at 88.
Well, there you go.
We'll be talking about that when it hits. So let me see here.
Sorry, no, I thought you were going to keep talking. I didn't want to interrupt you. So, Dylan Tick said, 2 picks away. Get your shots ready, guys. Again.
I'm not taking no shots today. But, yes.
Those of you who are drinking,
I think we need some kind of help to get through this draft right now. And right now, the Eagles are celebrating like they won a Super Bowl. Oh, boy.
I will say, again, they have done a good job. That's the type of draft I was expecting the Cowboys to kind of have. Like, right? That same energy, same vibes, you know?
So, yeah, they're saying...
House also said he's close to being fine with a kicker at 88. Just close.
I will end the stream immediately.
Guys, if we keep talking about it, we're going to send Mr. MCF to a hospital just talking about it.
The new pick for us, Sam Williams, on the sexual assault charge in 2020 that was dropped. He said, quote, obviously I didn't do anything. I pray to God it doesn't put a label on me. End quote. That was Sam Williams, our pick. Now, Nakobe Dean, the reason why he fell, so I think LT might want to listen to this. Per the league sources, there's a pretty much a definite feeling that there is his redshirt year. I'm sorry. It says here he's looking at a redshirt year due to a pec tear and a meniscus tear in his knee. So he might not even play for you guys till next year. That's the belief. So I don't know. So again, I want to hear, LT's 2 cents if he's still in here. What does he think about that new information that kind of trickled out that the meniscus tear and the meniscus issue in his knee and the pectoral tear? That took out Connor McGovern.
Was it Connor McGovern?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. For a second, I was like, oh, it's Josh Ball. But no, Josh Ball was the ankle thing or whatever
the high ankle sprain.
Had. Honestly, again, still a great move for the Eagles when you consider the future, the risk reward.
Well, they lose a year.
The only way they lose is if they somehow, are so desperate at linebacker they can't hold on with even whatever they have. Just, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So outside of that, just, let nature take its natural pace and course.
I remember that they brought in, the Cowboys brought in, I'm just going back to the Cowboys. The Cowboys brought in Sam Williams on one of the 30-day visit guys. So he was one of those guys. And he was reinstated because this alleged sexual battery charge was dropped. And that's why he was allowed to go back. Malik Willis off the board, quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. And this is where you can get a quarterback, like you guys said earlier, a Dak Prescott type risk. That, like a team like the Tennessee Titans, who's their, quarterback? Scrub. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of Tannehill. So, to me, it's a good time to go for one of these picks right here. Tennessee, not the Raiders, gets that pick. The Cardinals should be next, and then the Cowboys. So we're a pick away from us going, guys. But I did want to finish reading a couple things that are actually a very important kind of information here. You all right, baby?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were sleeping.
No. I'm just reading. Sorry, I know it looks like. Sorry, I'm reading the chat over here. Sorry.
Yeah. So, the Cowboys had him on a 30 visit for Sam Williams, and they had a chance to vet his character issues if he has any. So, they felt good in what came out of that.
Which again, I know we've heard that before, Kelvin Joseph.
Yeah,
but like you said, it sounds like these incidents obviously don't have the same kind of connotations, let's say.
The knife incident happened in high school, but he was suspended for that. That's why it became noticed. So
I see, that one to me just sounds like,
kid being
I know,
stupid.
like, not just that, but like, oh, I had a knife in my backpack and they searched me and they found it on me or some shit. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no,
it's like if you brought a bottle of Tylenol or something to the school and then they try to call you like a drug distributor.
Yeah, exactly. Like the way they pin it on you. He just didn't want the label sticking on him with the sexual assault charge,
okay,
which is dropped.
That obviously is a little bit more serious, but obviously if the charges were dropped, it sounds like
it wasn't a problem since then. There was nothing's ever come up, so that's a positive there, I guess. You can say about that situation. But look at
there we go, guys.
Selection is in. They're not going to hear it, baby. Don't bother. But let's see who the Cowboys pick. We'll announce it here with you guys. At pick 89, wide receiver Jalen Tolbert. It was the best receiver left at the board. I think they're reaching. I'll leave it at that. He's from South Alabama. Not Alabama. Small school, South Alabama.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'm not crazy about this pick. And that's where I'm going to stay. We're going to see where we go tight end or not.
Unexpected.
I know somebody who's celebrating. Cleveland Brown. He's like, no tight end. Yes, they keep my boyfriend Dalton Schultz there forever. So anyway, look, my point is, barring our trade, again, we didn't trade. We didn't get to hear it because fucking channel here did not choose to show it.
Again.
But Emmitt Smith announced the Cowboys selection at 88. Just saying. So now we know it.
The Cowboys over.
So MCF announced it instead. How's that?
But thank you, Mark Hostin, with the $2 holler. He said,
2 on it.
I hope we stay trading up with the extra picks now.
Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys are interested. You know? I think the Cowboys they're looking to use all their picks, and they're just gonna utilize them all, take every player, and that's it. And just grab the players they want, and then figure it out later. I don't think they're gonna use any of their picks in a trade up. That's my feeling at this point. I just don't see it happening.
No, I agree.
Much love, though, brother. I appreciate you, Mr. Mark Hofspian.
But yeah, I mean, again, not unexpected, not too surprising, but I still feel like even with all this information we have, let me ask the chat then. Now that we have the first 3 picks of our draft, right? Drop it in the chat. How would you grade it? I know that was the poll question as well, but the poll question was, up to the first round. Now that we have all these 3, real quick, drop your thoughts, because I still feel like it's just a C. It's still just I don't think this changed my perspective on the draft or how we're doing so far. It's still just a C to me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Not good. There it is. Let's hear what they say, baby, because now they'll talk about Jalen Tolbert from South Alabama. South Alabama? Guys, you guys know anything about him?
I have to admit, I didn't even know South Alabama was a school. In that sense, the South, you know what I mean?
I'm definitely not happy.
In the sense of you know.
I'm just saying.
Is there North Alabama?
This is going to be an F to me. This is an F for fuck this draft. Is what it's coming to for me. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the one that's crazy. Maybe I didn't buy into the Jerry Jones mindset and the bullshit they sell us. Because they ain't selling it to me no more.
Some of the bullshit
and I stopped buying into it way before MCF.
I know, but some of the bullshit they seem to sell to each other.
Well, they're selling it to the fan base. We're getting hit with it, and we're accepting it. Man. We want to accept it.
Here,
so congrats, guys. We're getting what we deserve. 6'1", Jalen Tolbert. 6'1", 194 pounds. So he's a little taller than I thought, but thin. He reaches top end speed very quickly. Tracks the deep ball well. He led the FBS in both catches of 29 and yards 1,102 on passes thrown 20 yards or more from 2020 and 2021. That's according to ESPN, by the way. He jumps up and grabs the ball up in the air. So he's a high point guy here. He's instinctive in the open field when it comes to the rack run, the running after the catch. But they're saying he's not a complete route runner. And he doesn't show great acceleration getting out of breaks. So we got ourselves an average receiver. We got James Washington. Fail. Give me Sam Williams again. I mean, that was the best pick of the night. That was my favorite pick. That's my favorite pick of the draft. Sam Williams. That's what I got. And he was a disappointment to me. And I'm happy about that pick at this point. That's how fucked up they got us. Hit up the chat, baby. I'm curious what everybody thinks that they... I can't be the only nut here.
Oh, man. Mark Hosted with the $2 holler. He just said...
Oh, it didn't come through on my side.
He just dropped it a second ago. You got to give it its time.
All right, I'm sorry.
But he said, Jerry Jones, us fan needs some lube, please.
Get fucked.
Thanks. With a nice little emoji of his booty.
Booty hole. Booty hole emoji. Yeah. Yeah, it ain't good, man.
Oh, man. Thank you so much.
Much
appreciate you. Of course, LT.
He must be loving it.
I honestly, again, I have a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that the Eagles, out of every single fucking team out there, that the Eagles are the ones that are, kicking ass and taking names so far. In every way, shape, or form, I hate that. Just saying.
Well, there you go. The Cowboys, doing what they do. Let's put it that way. Don't know what else I can say about this other than this is what we should expect every single year. And sometimes we hit, sometimes we miss on the front office side of things, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know you're reading the chat, but
oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, but man,
no, because Dulantic said led the fullbacks, FBs. Sorry,
no,
you guys got it.
College football, baby.
Okay, yeah. So in 20 and 21 FBS. Catches, 29, and then yards.
Yeah, that's great.
1,100 in passes over 20 yards.
Can I ask you a question? Who did he play for again? South Alabama. What was his opponents like at South Alabama? Is that even? Where the fuck is this place?
Jared Bogarty said, "I actually like this South Alabama pick."
good, I guess.
So,
I mean, I don't even know.
Jason Renfro said he's an Alvin Harper-like receiver.
I mean, that's cool. That's nice. I mean, that's it.
Seabass said that the Cowboys allowed their rivals to beat themselves, or to best them in these... Best them in this year's draft. Damn. It's like beat and best themselves. Just got all mixed up.
I didn't think I was going to get as a little... I don't want to get too upset about this pick here yet because I want to find out more about him. Dylan Parham, guard, got picked. Parham got picked. But it just... I would have had a... Can we have drafted a kicker?
I don't think...
Fuck. I'm just saying, at this fucking point, can we get a starter on this fucking team?
Okay.
Because at least a kicker is a fucking starter.
What pick would have made you feel
tight end?
Like what name?
Plain and simple. Ruckert. Okay, done deal. Now we miss him.
What if this guy was rated higher, at least on the Cowboys
fucking Cowboys are retarded. Yeah, I said the politically incorrect word. Re-fucking-tarded. If that's what they think, Will McClay's retarded. Jerry Jones is retarded. We know that. Steve Jones is a fucking retard.
Mark retarded. Much love. He said, don't worry. JJ... did his due diligence.
Yeah, they always do their due diligence. They can suck my dick.
Just clown show.
They can suck my due diligence. This is night's gonna be the last 20 minutes of this stream is gonna be probably not suitable for children. So put them to bed. I know it's a Fan Friday, but this is.
I mean, do we?
This is a finale Friday.
Where we're just waiting for the.
I want to see who gets picked. I still want to see who gets picked. Yeah, I ain't done.
How many picks are there?
There's a lot more because it goes into the 100.
I mean,
like 105, I think, or something like that. Because there is there's the compensatory picks. There's like 4 or 5 extra picks at the end of this round. So there you go.
But I mean, for now we are, unless we trade up, we're done in this round, right?
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
Just making sure.
I want to know. I mean, I just didn't hear. I mean, I'm sure there's people speaking in the chat. I know.
See.
I mean, you don't use your big.
No.
Okay.
Let me see. How's else? I said, "Oh man, MCF, you're falling apart." Guys, this has been, like I said, we can get a receiver just as good. We get just as good a receiver in the round 4. We get just Brian Gerald. Thank you for subbing it up.
We get a little bit more of a fall off a receiver, but not much of a difference for our 3rd receiver in the 5th. You know what I mean? Like, there's no need for a receiver here, especially South Alabama guy who still can't run routes.
Haley94 Weir said,
welcome to the family, by the way. Sorry.
Yes, thank you for subbing it up. But Haley94 Weir said, didn't MCF say that McClay never drafts from small schools?
I never said. Never did I say. Who said that? I said that. I didn't say that. No. I never said he never drafts from small schools. No way. He drafts all over. He finds gems in small schools. I said him and Chris Hall do a great job getting their scouting team together and getting all that stuff together. I mean, they do a great job getting guys from all schools and deep in the draft. I just don't know. Again, the way the draft picks come out is one thing. I mean, Steve and Jerry Jones, they have to make the check off in the end. So in the end, they really are the ones that get the credit or get the fault. But the reason why we do well is because they provide a lot of great names for the Cowboys to pick from, to decide upon. So I'm not agreeing with the order of decisions on these players, and that's just me. That's me, and you don't agree. And a lot of the fans don't agree in the chat. Yeah. But guess who also don't agree? Oh, the analysts, or the experts. So we gotta hope that our experts brought enough good players to the table that there's no misses, because that's the thing, guys. Will McClay can get you 10 players for round 3, but if you say, okay, we don't like these 7, we're gonna take one of these 3, and Will McClay had them at the bottom of his board. He brought the best he could. The Cowboys chose to go with that group or that guy, or whatever it may be. But that's what I'm trying to say. For me, there's only so much Will McClay can do. So he does his job. The job of picking the player comes from Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and the position coaches and the coaches on the team, with some input from everybody, including Will McClay, of course. But do you think he picks any guy on the table? Do you think any guy he says, yeah, I don't like him. He likes them all, of course, because they scouted them. But he's not going to be the guy making the pick. So we can go about this all day. It's silly and stupid. It doesn't even matter anymore. Will McClay does the best he can do. And if the 10th guy on his chosen list is picked by the Cowboys, that ain't his fucking fault. He brought the best he could to the table. And if he's the one that said, no, take him, well, then it's on him. But you know why it's not on him? Because he's not the GM. Jerry Jones is the GM. Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones is the one that says, Yeah. Let it be him. He's the one I want.
Man,
by God.
Sorry. You guys cracked me up.
Glory hole.
Larry J said Tyler
Fuck
Smith
Jerry.
is better than Connor Williams, is better than Sam Williams, is better than Randy Gregory, and then Jim.
Who is this?
Tyler Smith is better than Connor Williams and Sam Williams. Sam Williams is better than Randy Gregory. Jalen Tolbert is greater than Cedric Wilson. Cowboys aren't slick.
I want to read that because there was just too many like things, but I'm looking at Tyler Smith.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so he's saying Tyler Smith is better than Connor Williams. So we improved that, right? Sam Williams is better than Randy Gregory. You really? No, I see what he's saying. He's saying that's what the Cowboys are selling us. Because if you believe that, you're tricked. So again, everything 100% right. Again, that's a great comment there by Larry J. These are not facts. This is what Jerry Jones is presenting to us, to you.
Exactly.
You want to buy it? Then you can't. Hey, you took a hook, line, and sinker. But I'm not buying it.
We'll get fined.
I gotta see it first. When it happens, then we're like, good pick. Till then, it's a fuck you pick. And it's not on the player. It's not about the player fault. They're doing it. They're gonna do their best. I want them to. Yes. If they succeed, the Cowboys succeed. That's what I want.
David, Lara, take it easy. I'm so glad that both of you guys are able to chill back and watch the show. I wish, like I said,
maybe better outcomes.
In the draft, yeah. I wish we had not. It's not like it's bad news, but definitely wish we had better news to report.
When the front office is running things, it's not a good sign. Not a good.
I know.
Combination.
Not the greatest.
Not a good combination for fucking sure.
So
it's pitiful. But we'll see who else comes off this board. I think Rashard White from Arizona State was drafted by the Buccaneers, a running back, by the way. And now another one's coming off the board here. The Packers, I think, are picking now.
Yeah.
Rashad White. I'm sorry.
Real quick, we do
Mark
have
Hospian.
the man, Mark Hospian. Much love to you.
Much love.
A $10 holler.
He put that 10 on it. The man with the 8 in a row going for 9. What did he say?
We had a guard who was a penalty machine.
Yep.
We replaced him with a tackle who never played guard, who is worse at penalties and less refined, who played weak competition.
Correct.
A stupid Johnson and a Peñal All-Pro C dropped to us. So.
What was the last thing there?
Right? No, let's see. And a perennial.
Perennial.
Perennial All-Pro. There we go. That's it. A perennial All-Pro center dropped to us. Well, I mean, again, this is where we have to ask those questions. Like, what grading did the Cowboys have? Like, what were they looking
always have
for?
Their
what
own.
were they doing?
They always have their own special grades. Those Cowboys. Those pesky Cowboys. They always have their own ideas of things, and they somehow I don't know who saves them. Is it Will McClay? Is it Steve Jones? I don't know. I don't know who's the fucking saving them, but we're definitely looking to fail. It feels like this team don't want to. They kind of going with it almost like they're going with stubbornness, and then after they make the pick, whether they're right or wrong or they don't know it yet or not, they're gonna sell it to you and shove it right up our asses, and we're gonna have to take it with a smile on our face. Well, we don't here. I don't take it. I'm going to say, don't you dare, Jerry.
You.
Don't you dare put that near my ass. It's frustrating, I'm telling you. Much love. Mark Hospian again with a $2 J. Lou holler on that drop. What was it, a 10 and then a 2? 10-2. What did he have to say, baby?
So he said, you said hope? I like that. I hope my pee-pee grows.
Oh, man. Listen, I hope that they turn out good for us, because if these players end up being better than we assumed, Mark, guess what happens for our Dallas Cowboys? We're successful. We make a playoff run. Maybe we get a 6, and I don't care if I'm wrong or you're wrong or we're wrong. I don't care, because we want to win a Super Bowl, but it doesn't feel like we're doing the right things. Look at the way we lost against San Francisco. The lack of adjustments by the offensive coordinator. Look at the way we handled the offseason.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper still here, but we're going to get rid of him. But we didn't sign Michael Gallup yet. And then you got, by the way, Blake Jarwin, he's gone because he's injured. We got to announce that, but we haven't signed Dalton Schultz yet. See what I mean? There's an issue here with the way we handle things. We had the Marcus Lawrence situation. He was almost off the team because of the front office's arrogance.
Yeah.
And then you see what happened with Lyle Collins. Well, we traded Amari after we couldn't do anything about it. Got a 5th and went up a couple spots in the 6th. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Other teams with lesser players got higher draft picks. fuck. Didn't they get the Cardinals make a Marquise Brown was a first round pick yesterday. It basically was the Cardinals got him for a first round pick. What the fuck? And we get Amari going. I know it's the money situation, but Amari's going for a fifth and a switch of sixths. That's what I'm trying to say. That is the front office fuckery. And then when you keep going down the line, of course, to me, La'el Collins we forced ourselves to have to go and now add more strain to the draft because of the La'el Collins decision, which we haven't used that money. We have $15 million and another 10 from La'el coming on June 1st. Still sitting there. Oh, we'll get a T.Y. Hilton probably. That's gonna appease some of the old school, let's get the name fans.
Yeah.
But that ain't the real work that we need to do here. This is not the right direction we're going in. And then you see, of course, all of that. And then you add in the Jerry Jones catastrophes of his illegitimate daughter and his rich and his fucking cheerleader stuff.
Happening all at once.
All this bullshit happened in the last 3 months. And now we waited for this moment to get smacked by this fucking front office. We're the clowns in this situation. Much love, though, by the way, to the man, Mark Hofspian. 8 weeks in a row, 2 months, and he's going for that 9th week. He's in the lead above. But, again, Jason Renfro coming for... He's got 3 out of the other 5, and the man, Mark Hofspian, has the other 2. What did he have to say, babe, with the last $2 holler?
He said, let me see. Yeah. I pray I'm wrong. Look at the past 26 years.
That's what every Cowboy fan's been saying every year.
Yeah, like it just, we want to believe better, but when we look at the track record for the last, 26 years, I'm just trying to say that,
Well, you're hearing us say we hope, but we're not.
No, I'm just saying, like, even at the best of the best of the best of the best of the best, we still, I'll take injuries off of this discussion because obviously that's something that we can't control, but it is the mismanagement of the Dallas Cowboys. Because that's the point. We can hit the draft in every fucking level, and we'll find a way to turn those guys into like ornaments. They become superfluous. They're just kind of there to look pretty or do nothing. But and that to me, that's where like the like you said, the coaching, the team management, all the other things that go into it. If talent alone could make football teams, then there'd be a lot more teams besides the Patriots that were going to be winning some of those Super Bowl rings in some of these last 20-something years.
Yeah.
So
I got to get more information on this wide receiver. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But I need you to hit up the chat and control it for us right now because, I got too many things on my plate here. And I do understand where you're coming from on this.
No, House Nelson said, as far as I'm concerned, everyone we draft is the best until they prove otherwise. This shit ain't automatic.
Yeah, it's the other way around. They should be, hey, you haven't done shit until you prove something. That's what I want to see from these rookies, from these young guys. And I believe most of these guys want to do that. I think the front office is the one that says, hey, we just drafted you. You have won 5 Super Bowls.
That's right.
And so they're like, cool. We just can chill then and get paid. And that's the culture from the front office. It starts there.
Thank you so much, Haley94 Ware. And he
Sorry about that. Yes, Haley.
With a $5 holler. Feeling better about Tolbert. Ranked 59th and ahead of Pierce, Watson, and Mechie came by the beast. By the beast. So, I mean, hey.
I have to. That's why I'm looking at him right now. I'm gonna give you my. I give you my initial initial reaction.
Look,
now I'm gonna give you my.
Like I said, it's hard for me to be too upset about any of these picks because they're all positions we needed. They're all things I wanted the Dallas Cowboys to see. And timing wise, I didn't want to get a receiver in the first or second round. Again, we're talking about worth. I didn't think it would be worth it. So, again, we're kind of. It is almost like they're listening to me a little too closely, but like don't take it that literally.
Matt Corral going to the Panthers, which is a quarterback in need. So again, another Dak Prescott type.
C-Doc 80 coming through.
Another Dak Prescott type draft, by the way, by the Panthers. They're a 3rd round, 4th round quarterback that is like the 3rd or 4th guy picked, right? And he's got a chance to win a spot there, like we saw in Atlanta. So, anyways, I'm sorry. We had 3 drops back to back. Mark Hofspian, C-Doc 80. And Haley94 Ware. You said Haley94 Wares. I think we have to go to the other 2.
Well, Mark Hofstein said, I see the reasons we dumped Collins and Coop. My issue is, what the fuck did we do with the saved money?
And that was my
nothing.
That was my
Every
fear.
position we lost, we didn't improve via the draft or free agency.
And I think I remember Mark and I having this discussion when this was happening, and he was all about getting rid of them. And I was like, I hear you, I understand why, but I don't trust this team to make the right decisions when we free up the money. And we're putting blames on these guys, especially Amari Cooper, when it's not his fault. I truly don't believe it. That's on the coaching. You could say it's on the quarterback if you want to go that far, but the lack of adjustments and lack of scheming for Amari is why he was not valuable anymore. We caused that, not Amari. So to me, I understand where Mark's coming from, but I knew that this team, we had Dak and all that money. What did we do those years? After the Romo and Dez money, and we still had Dak on the rookie contract. What did we do those years with that money? Nothing. Zero, zilch. Exactly. We know it year after year. So when the new money came, all I did was tell Mark Hosen, we ain't going to do shit with that. Nothing we're going to like. You're going to get guys you're not going to like when you get on. And we barely got that. And now what are we talking about? Right now, what are we talking about? The Cowboys did exactly what I said. And guess what they're going to do next year? The same thing. Maybe with lesser players, but in a couple of years, it'll be the bigger name guys. CDs will be cut and other guys will be gone. Watch. And it just sucks that we're going to have to experience this every fucking goddamn year. And also every good 5 years, every 3 to 5 years, you're going to get the purge. Mark Hospian dropping that 5 on it. I know we got C-Doc and another Mark. So, baby, let's hear it.
He just said, F the 5 Super Bowls.
That's what they're trained to say to these guys.
That was decades ago.
I agree.
Stop being Al Bundy and bragging about high school football. Jerry Jones always brags about the hidden gems that he found.
Exactly.
They don't pan out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's everybody else's fault. But that's the thing I'm trying to say. You know, what he's saying, again, I hope you're not saying it to us because you know how we roll with that. No. But I agree. I 100% agree with that there. That when a player comes into the Cowboys organization, a rookie or a new player, they already present it like, listen, look at these 5 rings. They did that with our first round pick, which is what you're supposed to do. I understand it. But it gets in their heads because why is it getting in the players' heads when these rookies come in from Tulsa and looks at these Super Bowl rings? And I love his attitude. He's not going to touch it till he earns it. Great. But who keeps hyping it in his head? Super Bowl. We got 5 Super Bowl. It's not the fans. The fans do whatever the fuck we want to do. We're the fans. But the player is getting hyped from the top. From Jerry Jones, Steve Jones. Look at the Super Bowls we won. No, fuck that shit. None of these rookies, and no, not one player on this team, on this field, wearing the star in the helmet, has won a fucking Super Bowl. So we didn't win anything. The star won the Super Bowls. The 90s Cowboys won the Super Bowls. The 70s Cowboys won the Super Bowls. But not you guys. So I wish I wish the Cowboy front office would differentiate that and say, like, we love it, we're proud of these, but you haven't earned this yet, young man. Like, I wish they came with that. Not the young man telling the Cowboys, I'm not touching it because I want to earn it. The Joneses shouldn't be saying that. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's so backwards.
The wrong people have this concern in mind.
Backwards. I'm just so pissed.
Look,
like, I don't want to think about it because it makes me angry.
We can't make Jerry care about things that he doesn't care about.
I know.
By the way, House Nelson, those Black Kirk Cousins comments were proven to be.
Oh, that was bullshit. Yeah. That was not true, guys. That was some. Someone put that out as a fake thing on purpose, as a joke, and people believed it and ran with it. You know why? Because people want to hate Dak Prescott, so they love to hear say, "Oh, look, Amari said he waxes his butthole," whatever he said. We know that's not what was said, and people that believe that, my goodness, come on, you don't want to hate Dak that much. Come on, calm down. You know what I mean? But the fact that it grew its own wings and was able to prosper, that kind of comment, it just shows you how easy it is to trick people, number one, and also number two, how people want to hate Dak Prescott no matter what. They'd rather just make up something and say they're right rather than...
Or just in general that they're so quick to believe some of the worst things. Yeah. I think that does say something about the Cowboys and how they've done things recently, right? You don't ever think, oh, well, maybe no, or... Oh, it could be something else. No. Every single time, it's always like the worst thing that could happen.
I'm telling you. I mean, baby, I don't know. I mean, I know you don't really, like, you don't understand it as much. It is just like, because you've seen some cool little picks here and there in a couple of years. You haven't really done the draft too much. You've done it here with me, of course, for 5 years now. Yeah. But you've never really experienced the 20 or 40 years of, and again, the first 20 of my life, it was interesting, but Jimmy Johnson made some fantastic moves in the middle of those first 20 years, and man, it was really impactful in this team for the future. But then when you look at after Jimmy Johnson and when Jerry Jones takes over, you see the malfunction. You see it kind of first. Okay, Joey Galloway. Did you really have to? You see Switzer come in. Jimmy Johnson gets fired. Switzer comes in, his old buddy, and you see Joey Galloway trade 2 first rounders. What the fuck is going on? This is like the late '90s. It's already. I was already wondering what the fuck is going on here. And I'm here 20 plus years later, saying the exact same motherfucking thing with a couple extra fucks in it. That's it. I think you guys got the last piece of plasma you can pull out of MCF here. The last piece of plasma you could pull out of me today.
I know, baby. It's been.
It's not even about the picks. It's just the whole experience of this cowboy thing they do to us.
They do it to us. Mentally taxing to deal with all of this.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's just the fact that we talk about it and we talk about it over and over again. And I know we discuss it with you guys. We all have the same kind of feelings. And the fact that that's, it's just like, sometimes it's just like, damn, I just got a headache from what this team is doing sometimes. And it sucks because we are talking about it so much. It gets on you. It grades on you.
Not yet, MCF. We still got some more picks.
Who? Well, yeah, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow. Let me update the board here. We might just be rocking out here now in the next couple of minutes. Or, maybe I'll jump back on here. Let me figure it out, guys. I'm still trying to update this thing here. I know we're both still on camera. So, we're still rocking with you guys, but I'm trying to update the board.
So here, interesting. Seabass said a real rumor is Kyler Murray, when asked if he'd consider the Cowboys, his response was gold. They suck. Let me see. They suck. They never want to win. Hell no.
Well, he knows the culture here.
I think we read that.
Yeah, remember when he said that? That's again, we made jokes about him, and he was a Cowboy fan. He said he didn't want to play with the Cowboys, but he loved the Cowboys. Look at that. Best tight end, Jeremy Ruckert right now. So now we lost with Jelani Woods, and we're gonna probably lose Ruckert now because
we still have a choice. I mean, we still have a chance.
He'll be gone by tomorrow. I don't think Ruckert gets out of the third round. But
Wrong see. C word.
Oh man, Detroit's up right now. They're up on the board, 97th pick of the draft. I think there's 105 picks so in the whole draft, in this round I should say. So we'll see how that continues trickling down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut the camera though, guys, because I'm getting mentally taxed here.
It's been like we said, guys. We
got one more day.
There's a reason we don't usually do these earlier streams as well.
Yeah, it's a rough ride, but you know what? My eyes are constantly on this thing.
And not just that, but I don't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I can
Same
tell you
here.
that.
And LT and his Eagles.
Much love, LT. No, it's all good.
They won it. They won the draft so far.
Well, he just said with that $10 holler, much love. Look,
appreciate you, brother.
I'm a hater, but jokes aside, y'all are a good team. Y'all have the division title. But this kind of offseason from a rival perspective after being so close this season is beyond me. So even he's confused that
even our enemies,
the weird moves that the Dallas Cowboys are making because
it's baffling.
Yeah, we were much closer than before, but instead of doing the right thing, which is kind of doubling down on those few gaps that we have and keep pushing forward, it's like we're moving backwards and like trying to allow the super slow people on the team to set the pace, and that just can't happen. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it cannot happen, and it's happening,
I mean slow in every
I know. Not just speed. I'm talking about mental capacities. Mark Hostman with that 5 on it. Let me make sure I got this right.
Thank you, Mark. And by the way, yes, thank you. Huge shout out, LT. Take it easy. Have a great night.
LT.
And just, I guess, bask in your wonderful draft glory while you can.
We always say fuck Philly. Fuck Philly again. Yeah. Fuck Philly. Much love, though, to LT. And congratulations to you. You're happy on your guys' draft. This is the most good I'll ever say about the Eagles. You guys had a pretty good draft. Damn good draft. Did some damn good moves. Fuck Philly. That's it. That's all. But so I appreciate you though, LT. And even though we usually gotta explain to the other Eagle fans about how mathematics work, 5 is greater than 1. LT, Frank Moyer, and a couple others, they know. They're cool. They know. They're good Eagle fans. Sorry, baby. Go ahead. Mark Hospian with that said, 5 on it.
I'm not a fan of Dak, but is this how you treat a $40 million quarterback? Steele and Tyler are not better than Collins and Connor. Wide receivers are far worse. Dak is screwed.
Keep that. I want to hear that message again. So read it again for me. By the way, Jason Renfro, 40 points, hanging on.
There you go.
Code
but
red
Mark
over
Hope's
there.
being said.
After every sentence, stop. Go ahead.
I'm not a fan of Dak, but is this how you treat a $40 million quarterback?
The answer is no. Go ahead.
Steele and Tyler are not better than Collins and Connor.
Now, I'm going to say this. I think Collins is better than Terrence Steele. And we'll see what happens with this rookie. I'm going to assume that Connor Williams, compared to Connor Williams, I'm assuming that I think that this pick we made, Tyler Smith, is probably a better higher ceiling, a better upside to him at guard. Mm-hmm. But better right now, we can't say that. And then you got Connor McGovern. I'm going to say this guy's got to be better than Connor McGovern, or we're fucked. So the guys we have now, it's an upgrade on that side, but not off the guys from last year. Guys like Connor Williams, who was trash and all that, but we got a guy who's got the same amount of fucking flags and holding calls. We want a guy, again, like I said, it's going to be different. It should be easier to coach it out of him. Still, the last thing we know is that, and we're going to bring a guy in we don't know anything about yet. So how could that be an upgrade, right? And that's where Mark's right. And when you look at, you guys have said it earlier, Sam Williams is not better than Randy Gregory, and neither is, no matter what Jerry Jones says, neither is Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler with the money we use. So they're bullshitting you guys and us, but we don't hopefully you guys aren't falling for it, but we understand that they're just throwing us the bullshit, and we have to kind of combat that with knowledge. And unfortunately, we get a little bit triggered and angry. It happens. But can you blame us? And again, like Mark Hope's said, they're selling us that they're a better team than they were last year. And I think Cedric Wilson, and you got this rookie. Yeah. You got the, Sam Williams. You got over Randy Gregory. You got this guy over Connor Williams, for example, in this scenario. But even you can tell you more about that is more about they could have picked another guy in that list. They could have picked another guy rather than that address that. Especially if we had kept Lyle Collins. Let's say we don't have to even think about tackle, even though I know he's the guy's a guard. It's the talk is about the tackle. So it's about the movement. The receiver, we haven't talked yet about Amari Cooper, the fact that he's got. I know CD's a replacement. I know we got another receiver now who better be the third receiver. If you're in a third-round pick, you better be our number 3.
And that's why, in my mind, I thought we were going to go receiver because that would be, I'm not saying the most bang for your buck, but that's the closest you could come to get a number 1 like receiver. Not saying that he would produce anything close to that, just saying that, you get what I'm trying to say? Add it as a complimentary piece here in Dallas. But that just didn't work out that way. So
that's the thing is that you keep going on complimentary pieces. It's just not, you just can't keep reaching. The Cowboys just can't stop themselves. They can't help themselves. I'm updating the board, baby. And Mr. Washington took a running back, Brian Robinson. So just so everyone's on the same page there, Brian Robinson Jr. I guess he's been picked to Washington, and David Bell, receiver from Purdue, was just picked at pick 99 by the Cleveland Browns. So I'm gonna update the board. Maybe hit the chat up if you could.
Yeah, of course. So House Nasa said no Baker Mayfield trade through day 2. No,
that's true. That's one we have to keep watching.
Football.
That's true. We got to keep watching that, though. That is a good point he's making there. Got to keep your eyes out open for trades going down. No Deebo Samuel trade is going to go down now. There's no value in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th rounds. You're going to give enough picks to get Deebo Samuel. So, oh look, our shit just stopped, dude. Damn, I'm sorry about that. I see it. Our picks have kind of stopped. The selection stopped showing up.
Oh no.
So.
It probably took up too much space.
Yeah, it took up too much space, damn it. So let me try to take out the round 2 guys.
It's all right. But guys, yes, take one final second here since we are, wrapping things up here for today's stream. Take a second, hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
Yeah, we're not going live again tonight. I know we usually go live like in 2 hours from now, in an hour from now. This is our stream for the night, guys. Yeah.
So, like I said, hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You guys can follow us on Twitter at MyCowboysFamily, and of course the link is in the description box down below.
I was like, what?
I'm like, There we go, guys. Honestly, yeah, we all the brain cells are basically have all been spent here on this draft. And honestly, we still, haven't eaten yet. So gotta get some food in us. Gotta get ready for tomorrow because that's the thing. There is no rest for the wicked. We're gonna be right here in about 13 hours from now, guys. Seeing you guys once again.
Yeah.
Saying hello and hi.
Is it 12 Eastern or is it 12?
It's 12 Eastern.
Oh man, had to be that early.
I could be wrong though. Someone let me know. But I'm pretty sure day 3 of the draft does start 12 Eastern.
Majai Sanders. Good name. Defensive edge rusher for Cincinnati. Again, another Conference USA team. Probably a guy who went up against Tyler Smith.
Nah.
He's with the Cardinals. He's got picked as an edge rusher. There's literally 5 picks to go. So we're going to hang here to the end of this thing. But let's get all our shout-outs done. Get all our things done here. And I'm going to actually just, guys, here on camera, we truly appreciate you all. Truly do. On this side of this thing, we're gonna turn the camera off for now, and bring it back tomorrow, of course, for the draft again. But we're gonna stick to the end of this last 5 picks. I still want to know. I want to hear. I want to see who is off this board. Who's the next 5 guys off the board, so we can start tomorrow with a new, fresh look at things. We got to finish it up here though. So let me shout out the double drops on the board right there. Much love. It's the man Mark Hospian and the man Terrence Cartwright.
Thank you to both of you.
Double drops right there. What do they have to say, baby?
So, Terrence Cartwright said, "Hey, MCF, I'm cool with what we've got so far." So
you're one of the few that I would say is fully happy with this draft. But, it's something that, if here's the thing. If these guys project out, kind of like what Mark Hospian was saying about hope, I'm going to call Mark Hopian. No, I'm going to say Mark Hopian. What he said about hope is that you got to hope they turn out right. If they do turn out right, it's going to be a great draft. But you got to hope, right? You got to see it happen. We got some pieces that are downgrades. Maybe a future upside, but they're downgrades from last year. So a team like that's what you hear LT saying. A team last year like us. That was, not too far away. If we made a couple of tweaks and got some coaching shit down better, this team could make a run to that Super Bowl. I don't know if that's even a possibility anymore. I don't know if that's possible.
Right now, anything's possible,
right
but
now, it's not
it does seem pretty unlikely.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Definitely not. But, so, guys, again, I want to hear. I know the man, Mark Hospian. Did you read his as well or no?
Were there any stud tight ends in round 3 when we picked?
Jeremy Ruckert. To me, he's a starter without question. I would agree. That's who I wanted to see in the 3rd round. I wanted him over a receiver. I know people, again, the receiver got to be flashy talent there. There's good receivers later on. There's a guy, Eric, it's not Ekuban, but I'm going to look his name up right now. I'm sick and tired of keep saying his name.
I know.
He's a guy who would have been there in the 4th round. You got Danny Gray in the 5th round. These guys are speedsters. They can help so much in so many different ways. This guy can't even run routes right. And I'm not saying he's not even a bad, he's a lankier, kind of 6'1", skinny receiver. He can provide some help. Is he going to be a slot guy? I don't know. He's going to be an outside guy. I don't know where his trajectory is going to be. But as a starter right now, he better be a starter coming into this thing as a 3rd round pick, because the tight end would have been a starter in the 12 personnel. He better be a starter when we go 3 receivers. That's my expectations.
Yeah.
So, to me, that's Jeremy Ruckert comes in there in 12 personnel. He might in 2 years be equal, even in a year or 2, be right there neck and neck with a Dalton Schultz. So that's the way I feel we fucked that up. The Cowboy front office fucked that up.
The Cowboys always find new, inventive ways of fucking shit up. So that we can trust them with.
On the camera side, we're gonna say goodnight, but we're still here to the last couple. You'll hear our voices, obviously. So here, we'll be back tomorrow, baby. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys always.